When your heart feels heavy, let these moments draw you back to peace. Welcome to Faith, Hope, Healing. Take a breath and let your heart settle. This is a place of peace, prayer, and God's promises. Wherever you are, God is near, and He meets you here. This video brings together some of our most loved prayer moments to calm your spirit today.
When your strength feels small, God meets you here with courage, renewal, and the power to rise. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the weight of the day loosen its grip as you settle into this space of stillness. With each slow breath, allow your heart to soften and your thoughts to slow. God is near, closer than every worry, and stronger than every fear. In this gentle pause, release the pressure to be more, do more, or hold everything together on your own. God sees the places where you feel stretched thin, and He meets you with steady compassion. As you breathe, imagine His strength lifting you, not by force, but with a quiet, unwavering presence that surrounds you. Let His peace rise within you, reminding you that you are not alone and that His courage is already forming in your spirit. As this moment unfolds, let your spirit ease into a slower rhythm, free from the pressure to be strong on your own. You don't have to force courage or pretend you're not tired. God understands the quiet battles you carry. Let this be a space where you release the weight of expectations and simply breathe. With each gentle inhale, imagine God lifting the heaviness that has settled on your heart. With each exhale, picture the worries loosening their grip. God meets you in the places you rarely speak about, offering strength that rises softly within you. You are not forgotten, and you are not falling behind. God is shaping a steadiness in you that does not depend on circumstances. Allow His presence to surround you like a calm, steady light, reminding you that courage grows in stillness, and breakthrough begins long before you see the path ahead. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting your breath settle into a slow, steady rhythm. In this calm space, release the urge to rush your healing or measure your progress. God is not asking you to climb higher by your own strength. He is inviting you to rest in the assurance that He is lifting you, even in ways you cannot yet see. Let the tension in your chest soften as you picture His presence surrounding you like a gentle, steady light. Every breath becomes a reminder that God is rebuilding what weariness tried to take. You don't have to prove your strength or hide your exhaustion. God meets you honestly, tenderly, and without judgment. Allow His courage to rise quietly within you, forming a deeper confidence that does not depend on how you feel in this moment. Trust that He is guiding your steps, strengthening your spirit, and preparing you to rise with renewed clarity and purpose. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you breathe slowly and allow the noise of the day to fade into the background. In this gentle quiet, you don't have to chase strength or search for answers. God is already here, meeting you with a calm that steadies what feels uncertain inside you. Let your thoughts drift like clouds passing across a wide, open sky. Nothing needs to be forced. Nothing needs to be solved. Simply rest in the truth that God understands every hidden worry and every unspoken hope. As you breathe, imagine His presence lifting the weight that has pressed against your heart. Feel the soft rise of courage forming within you, not loud or dramatic, but steady and real. God is guiding you toward a place of clarity, helping you release what no longer serves your spirit. Trust that He is shaping a new strength in you, one that grows quietly, faithfully, and with purpose. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to rest without rushing toward answers or solutions. Let the quiet become a soft place where you can breathe freely without the weight of expectations pressing against your spirit. God meets you here with a calm that steadies what feels uncertain and lifts what has grown heavy inside you. As you breathe slowly, imagine His presence rising like a warm light, filling the spaces where doubt has lingered. You don't have to earn His strength or prove your worthiness. His help comes because He loves you deeply and sees every hidden struggle. Let your thoughts drift without judgment, knowing God holds what you cannot carry. Feel his reassurance settling over you, reminding you that courage grows one breath at a time. Trust that he is guiding you gently forward, shaping a strength within you that will lift you higher than the weight of this moment. Here, in God's calming presence, allow your breath to slow as you release the tension you've been carrying. Let this moment become a gentle pause where you no longer have to hold everything together. God understands the weight you've been lifting, the quiet battles you've faced, and the strength you've tried to muster on your own. As you breathe, imagine his peace settling over you like a soft blanket of light, easing the strain in your mind and steadying the places that feel uncertain. You don't have to rise by your own power. God is lifting you with a strength that does not falter. Let your thoughts drift without pressure, knowing he holds what feels too heavy. Feel courage forming quietly within you, not forced or rushed, but growing with each breath. Trust that God is guiding you upward, shaping a deeper resilience and preparing your spirit for the next step forward. With each slow breath, allow your heart to loosen its grip on the worries that have followed you through the day. Let this moment become a gentle reminder that you don't have to rise by sheer willpower or push yourself beyond what your spirit can hold. God is here, steady and patient, lifting you with a strength that does not depend on your own. As you breathe, imagine his presence settling over your thoughts like a calm, warm light, softening the edges of fear and easing the weight of uncertainty. You are not expected to have every answer or carry every burden. God sees the quiet places where you feel stretched thin, and he meets you with compassion that restores what exhaustion has taken. Let courage form slowly within you, rising like a quiet tide. Trust that God is guiding you upward, shaping resilience in your spirit and preparing you for the steps ahead. As peace rises within you, allow your heart to open gently to the possibility that God is lifting you in ways you may not yet recognize. Let this moment soften the tight places inside you, the ones shaped by worry, disappointment, or the fear of falling short. You don't have to climb your way out of every struggle. God is already holding the places that feel too heavy. With each breath, imagine his strength rising like a quiet current beneath you, steadying your spirit and guiding your thoughts toward calm. Release the pressure to have everything figured out. God is not asking for perfection. He is inviting you to trust his steady hand. Feel the subtle shift inside you as courage begins to form, not loud or dramatic, but real and present. Let this growing peace remind you that God is leading you upward, preparing your heart for clarity, renewal, and the next step forward. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the noise of the day to fade as you breathe slowly and deeply. In this gentle pause, release the pressure to be strong for everyone and everything. God knows the weight you've been carrying and the moments when you felt stretched beyond what you can hold. As you breathe, imagine his presence lifting the heaviness from your shoulders, replacing it with a calm that settles deep within your spirit. You don't have to rush your healing or force clarity to appear. God is already working in the unseen places, shaping strength where you felt weak and renewing hope where discouragement has lingered. Let your thoughts drift without judgment, trusting that God holds every worry with steady compassion. Feel courage rising quietly inside you, forming like a soft glow. God is guiding you upward, preparing your heart for the peace and clarity that await. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, his strength steady your spirit, and his love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may his presence stay close to your heart. When your strength feels gone, let God renew your spirit and lift your weary heart again. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the weight of the day begin to loosen as you settle into this gentle space of calm. You don't need to hide your exhaustion or pretend you're stronger than you feel. God meets you honestly right here without pressure or expectation. With each slow breath, imagine His presence gathering around the tired places within you, offering a quiet lift where you felt worn down. God understands the strain behind your responsibilities and the silent heaviness you rarely speak aloud. As you breathe, sense His renewing strength rising softly within you, steadying what has felt unbalanced and awakening a courage that begins to stir from deep inside your spirit. As this moment unfolds, allow a quiet shift to rise within you, not through effort, but through the gentle way God meets you when your strength feels thin. You don't need to force clarity or push yourself toward courage. Simply let this space become a soft turning point where your spirit begins to breathe again. Feel the slow rhythm of your breath, steadying the thoughts that have been pulling you in too many directions. God sees the weight you've carried and the quiet strain that builds when you've been trying to stay strong for longer than your heart can manage alone. In this calm, imagine His presence lifting the heaviness that has settled inside you, not all at once, but in small, steady waves of renewal. Let that rising strength settle into the places that feel worn, reminding you that God is already rebuilding what life has drained, guiding you gently toward the courage awakening within you. Feel the quiet deepen around you as a new steadiness begins to form within your spirit, not through pressure or effort, but through the gentle way God strengthens what has felt worn and uncertain. You don't need to organize every thought or understand every emotion in this moment. Simply allow this calm to open space where clarity can begin to surface. Notice how your breath softens the tension that has gathered beneath your responsibilities, easing the strain you've carried in silence. God sees the long stretches where you've pushed forward despite feeling drained, and He meets you now with a strength that rises slowly, like light returning after a long night. Imagine His presence settling into the places that feel frayed, lifting the heaviness that has lingered too long. Let this quiet renewal take root, reminding you that God is guiding you toward a deeper courage and a clearer sense of direction. Notice how your spirit begins to settle, as God gently strengthens what has felt unsteady within you. You don't need to push yourself toward confidence or pretend the heaviness isn't real. This moment is a quiet turning point where God begins lifting what has weighed you down. Let your breath move slowly and naturally, easing the strain that has gathered beneath your thoughts. God understands the pressure you've carried, the long days where you kept going even when your heart felt worn thin. In this calm, imagine His presence rising beneath the places that feel weak, offering support where you felt alone in your effort. Allow that steadying strength to move through you like a quiet foundation forming under tired feet. Let it settle into the parts of you that have struggled to hold everything together. As this gentle renewal deepens, sense the beginning of a courage that grows not from striving, but from God restoring your strength from within. In this gentle stillness, allow a quiet confidence to begin forming beneath the surface of your weariness. You don't need to force strength or pretend you're ready to rise. Simply let this moment become a soft place where God rebuilds what has felt shaken inside you. Feel your breath move slowly, easing the tension that has gathered behind your thoughts. God knows the doubts you've carried, the moments when you questioned your ability to keep moving forward, and the quiet fear that you might not have enough left. In this calm, imagine His presence settling like a warm light across the places that feel uncertain, steadying what has wavered. Let that light gather around the edges of your fatigue, reminding you that renewal doesn't come through striving but through receiving. As this inner strength begins to take shape, sense the gentle rise of courage returning, not loudly, but with a steady assurance that God is restoring your spirit from within. Here, in God's calming presence, let the pressure you've carried begin to loosen its hold on your spirit. You don't need to chase strength or force yourself into confidence. This moment is a gentle place where God meets you with patience and steady renewal. Allow your breath to move slowly, softening the tightness that has gathered behind your thoughts. God knows the fears you've tucked away, the quiet worries that rise when you feel stretched thin, and the moments when you've questioned whether you can keep moving forward. In this calm, imagine His presence flowing through the places that feel tangled or overwhelmed, clearing space where hope can begin to breathe again. Let that quiet flow ease the weight you've held alone, reminding you that God is lifting what has felt too heavy. As this inner stillness deepens, sense a quiet courage awakening, not loud or demanding, but steady enough to help you rise again. With each slow breath, feel a quiet strength beginning to gather in the places that once felt drained. You don't need to rush toward certainty or force yourself into confidence. Allow this moment to unfold at a pace your heart can hold. Let your breathing become a steady rhythm that clears space around the thoughts that have been pulling you in different directions. God sees the hidden fatigue beneath your responsibilities and the quiet pressure you've carried without wanting to burden anyone else. In this calm, imagine His presence opening a gentle horizon before you, giving your spirit room to stretch and rise again. Let that widening space soften the tightness within you, reminding you that renewal often begins in small, quiet ways. As this inner calm deepens, sense a grounded courage forming, not loud or demanding, but steady enough to help you take your next step with clarity and trust. As peace rises within you, let it move gently through the places that have felt uncertain or weighed down. You don't need to hold yourself together or force your heart into confidence. This moment is a quiet invitation for God to strengthen what has grown tired. Allow your breath to settle into a steady rhythm, softening the tension that has gathered beneath your thoughts. God knows the inner weight you rarely name, the quiet fatigue that forms when you've carried more than your spirit was meant to bear. In this calm, imagine His presence wrapping around you like a warm covering, easing the strain that has lingered too long. Let that gentle warmth settle into the worn edges of your heart, reminding you that renewal often begins in stillness. As this peace deepens, sense a quiet assurance forming within you, a reminder that God is restoring your strength and preparing your spirit to rise with fresh courage. Let your heart rest in this quiet space and allow the strength God is forming within you to take deeper root. You don't need to rush toward resolution or pressure yourself to feel fully renewed. This moment is simply an invitation to notice what God is gently awakening inside you. Let your breath move slowly, softening the tension that has lingered beneath your thoughts. God understands the long stretch of weariness you've carried, the quiet moments when you wondered if you had anything left to offer, and the heaviness that settles when life feels unrelenting. In this calm, imagine His presence shaping a steady foundation beneath your spirit, giving you something solid to stand on again. Let that foundation rise slowly, reminding you that renewal often begins before you can see its full shape. As this inner strength gathers, sense a quiet readiness forming, an assurance that God is preparing you to rise with clarity and renewed courage. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. When your strength fades and every step feels heavy, God gently carries you toward renewed peace. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the weight you've been carrying slowly loosen its grip as you settle into this space of calm. You don't have to force anything right now. Simply allow your breath to rise and fall at its own steady pace. As you breathe, imagine God's gentle presence drawing near, lifting the heaviness from your spirit with a compassion that never wavers. Feel the quiet assurance that you are not walking this season alone. Even when your strength fades, God's strength surrounds you, steadying your heart and guiding your steps with tender care. As this moment unfolds, let your breathing fall into a gentle rhythm that softens the noise inside you. Imagine God meeting you here with a quiet steadiness, easing the strain that has gathered in your thoughts. You don't need to rise above anything right now. Simply allow this space to hold you without pressure or expectation. Feel the atmosphere around you shift as God brings a calm that settles deeper than words. Let the weight of recent days loosen its grip, making room for a softer, clearer sense of direction. Notice how your heart begins to unclench as God surrounds you with a presence that steadies what has felt uncertain. Trust that even in the moments when your strength feels thin, God is already supporting you with a care that does not falter. Feel the quiet deepen around you as your breath moves slowly, creating space for your spirit to unwind. Picture God drawing near with a gentleness that meets you exactly where you are, easing the pressure that has lingered beneath the surface. You don't have to chase clarity or force yourself to feel strong. Allow this stillness to remind you that God understands every hidden ache. Let the atmosphere shift as His nearness brings a warmth that settles through your chest, loosening what has felt tight for too long. Notice how your thoughts begin to soften, opening room for a steadier peace to rise. Trust that God is guiding you through this season with patience, carrying you through the places where your own energy has grown thin. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you breathe with slow intention, letting the tension of the day ease its hold. Imagine God meeting you with a calm that feels like a soft light, steadying the places inside you that have felt scattered. You don't need to gather every thought or solve every worry. Allow this moment to be a gentle pause where nothing is demanded of you. Feel the atmosphere shift as God brings a quiet strength that steadies your inner world. Let the strain you've been carrying gradually release, creating space for a deeper sense of grounding. Trust that God is walking with you, guiding you with a clarity that doesn't rush or overwhelm. Rest in the assurance that you are supported with unwavering care. In this gentle stillness, let your breath move freely, softening the edges of the thoughts that have weighed on you. Picture God drawing close with a presence that feels like a calm shelter, giving your heart room to breathe again. You don't have to hold everything together in this moment. Allow yourself to release the pressure that has built quietly within you. Feel the atmosphere shift as God brings a steady reassurance that settles deeper than words. Let the strain in your chest ease as your spirit opens to the quiet strength He offers. Notice how your inner world begins to steady, making room for a renewed sense of direction. Trust that God is guiding you with patience and tenderness, carrying you through the places where your own strength has grown thin. Here, in God's calming presence, let your breath move with a slow, natural rhythm that eases the weight you've been holding. Imagine His nearness settling over you like a gentle covering, quieting the thoughts that have pressed against your heart. You don't need to rise above anything right now. Simply allow this moment to be a place where you can rest without expectation. Feel the atmosphere shift as God brings a steadying peace that reaches into the deeper parts of your spirit. Let the tension unwind as your heart opens to the comfort He offers. Notice how your thoughts begin to clear, creating space for a softer, more grounded sense of hope. Trust that God is carrying you with unwavering compassion, guiding you through this season with quiet strength. With each slow breath, allow the noise inside you to soften, giving your spirit room to settle. Picture God drawing near with a presence that feels steady and reassuring, easing the pressure that has lingered beneath the surface. You don't have to push yourself forward in this moment. Let this quiet remind you that God supports you, even when your energy feels low. Feel the atmosphere shift as His peace moves gently through your thoughts, bringing a sense of balance where there has been strain. Let the heaviness you've carried begin to release, making space for a calmer rhythm within. Notice how your heart steadies as God surrounds you with a care that does not waver. Trust that He is guiding you with patience, carrying you through each step with quiet strength. As peace rises within you, let your breath move softly, easing the inner places that have felt stretched and weary. Imagine God meeting you with a presence that feels warm and grounding, offering comfort without asking anything in return. You don't need to reach for answers or force clarity. Allow this moment to be a gentle pause where your spirit can breathe freely. Feel the atmosphere shift as God brings a calm that settles deeper than your thoughts. Let the strain you've been holding gradually release, creating room for a steadier sense of hope. Notice how your inner world begins to align as His nearness brings quiet reassurance. Trust that God is carrying you with tenderness, guiding you through this season with a strength that remains constant. Sense the calm gathering around you as your breath moves in a slow, steady rhythm, easing the weight you've held inside. Picture God drawing near with a presence that feels grounding and sure, offering support where you felt stretched thin. You don't need to rush towards strength or clarity. Allow this moment to be a gentle space where your heart can rest. Feel the atmosphere shift as God brings a quiet steadiness that settles through your thoughts. Let the pressure you've carried begin to dissolve, making room for a softer, more peaceful rhythm within. Notice how your spirit steadies as His nearness brings reassurance that reaches deeper than words. Trust that God is guiding you with patience, carrying you through each step with unwavering care. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. When life feels too heavy to carry alone, God surrounds your weary heart with renewing strength. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let each slow breath remind you that you don't have to hold everything together by yourself. Picture God drawing near with a steady compassion that meets you right where you are, easing the weight you've carried in silence. Feel the tension loosen as His presence settles over your thoughts, softening the tight places within you. Allow your spirit to rest in the assurance that God understands every unspoken worry and every tired corner of your heart. In this gentle stillness, imagine His strength rising within you, not demanding effort, but offering support. Let this moment become a refuge where you can release what feels too heavy and receive the calm God is placing over your life. As this moment unfolds, let your breathing settle into a gentle rhythm that steadies your thoughts. With each quiet inhale, imagine God drawing near, not with pressure or expectation, but with a calm that softens the weight you've been carrying. Let the noise of the day drift farther from your mind as you rest in this growing stillness. Picture God's presence meeting you in the places where exhaustion has lingered, offering comfort that doesn't demand anything from you. Feel the slow release of tension as your spirit begins to recognize that you are not walking through this season alone. God sees the heaviness you rarely speak about, and He meets it with a strength that rises quietly within you. Allow this moment to become a gentle turning point, where the burdens you've held begin to loosen their grip. Let your heart open to the possibility that renewal is already forming, even if you can't yet see the full path ahead. Feel the quiet deepen around you as your breath settles into a slow, steady rhythm. Let this growing stillness remind you that God is not distant from your struggle, but gently present in every weary corner of your heart. As the noise within you softens, imagine His compassion meeting the places where you felt stretched thin, offering a calm that begins to steady your thoughts. Allow the tension in your shoulders to loosen as you picture God lifting the burdens you've carried alone for far too long. In this peaceful space, let your spirit acknowledge the exhaustion you've tried to ignore, knowing God receives it without judgment. Sense His strength rising like a quiet reassurance, reminding you that renewal often begins in moments just like this, slow, gentle, and almost unnoticed. Rest in the truth that God is already working within you, shaping clarity where confusion lived and restoring hope where heaviness once settled. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you breathe a little more slowly, letting the weight of the day loosen its hold. In this quiet space, imagine God meeting you with a patience that never rushes your healing or demands that you feel stronger than you do. Let the lingering strain in your mind soften as you picture His steady presence surrounding you like a gentle shelter. Allow the thoughts that have been circling without rest to drift into the background, making room for a calm that begins to rise from within. God understands the exhaustion you've carried, the moments when you felt stretched beyond what your heart could manage. Here, He offers a strength that doesn't overwhelm but quietly restores. Feel that renewal forming like a soft light, easing into the places where heaviness once settled. Let this moment remind you that God is already lifting you, guiding you toward a steadier, clearer peace. In this gentle stillness, let your heart ease into the quiet space God is shaping around you. Allow the lingering worries that have pressed against your thoughts to soften as you breathe more slowly, trusting that you don't have to sort everything out at once. Picture God meeting you with a calm that settles over the places where strain has gathered, offering a peace that begins to steady your inner world. Let the heaviness you've carried lose some of its grip as you imagine His presence, lifting what has felt too heavy to hold alone. Feel your spirit open to the possibility that strength is returning, not through effort, but through the quiet reassurance that God is working within you. As your mind becomes clearer, sense the gentle rise of hope forming like a soft light, guiding you towards steadier ground. Rest in this moment, knowing God is renewing you with a compassion that never fades. Here, in God's calming presence, let your thoughts slow enough for your heart to breathe again. Allow the strain you've carried to ease as you picture His steady compassion settling over every tired place within you. With each gentle inhale, imagine God lifting the weight that has pressed against your spirit, replacing it with a quiet reassurance that you are not forgotten. Let the worries that have followed you through the day drift farther from your mind as this peaceful moment deepens. God understands the exhaustion you've tried to push past, the moments when you felt stretched beyond what your strength could hold. In this soft stillness, sense His renewal rising like a warm light, filling the spaces where heaviness once lived. Allow your spirit to lean into that strength, trusting that God is guiding you toward clarity and steadiness. Rest in the truth that His presence surrounds you, offering comfort that gently restores your hope. With each slow breath, feel the weight you've been carrying begin to loosen its hold on your heart. Let this quiet moment remind you that God is not asking you to be stronger than you feel, only to rest in the strength He offers. As your thoughts settle, imagine His presence surrounding the places where worry has lingered, softening the edges of your exhaustion. Allow the heaviness that has followed you through the day to drift farther from your mind as God's calm rises gently within you. Sense His compassion meeting every tired corner of your spirit, offering reassurance that you don't have to navigate this season alone. Let your breathing deepen as you picture God lifting what has felt too heavy to manage, replacing it with a steady peace that begins to anchor you. In this stillness, trust that renewal is forming quietly, shaping clarity and hope where strain once lived. As peace rises within you, let your heart ease into this moment where God meets you with quiet strength. Allow the thoughts that have been pulling at your attention to soften as you breathe more slowly, trusting that you don't have to resolve everything right now. Picture God's presence settling over the places where worry has lingered, offering a calm that gently steadies your spirit. Feel the heaviness you've carried begin to loosen as His compassion surrounds the tired corners of your mind. Let this stillness remind you that God understands the weight you've been holding and offers renewal that doesn't depend on your effort. Sense a quiet clarity forming, like a soft light guiding you toward steadier ground. Allow your spirit to rest in the assurance that God is working within you, shaping strength where weakness once lived. In this peaceful space, let hope rise again, reminding you that you are never walking alone. Let your heart rest in this quiet space as you breathe a little more deeply, allowing the strain of the day to loosen its hold. Imagine God meeting you with a tenderness that understands every weary thought you've carried, offering comfort that settles gently over your spirit. As your mind softens, picture His presence filling the places where worry has lingered, bringing a calm that begins to steady your inner world. Feel the heaviness you've held start to ease as God lifts what has felt too heavy to manage alone. Let this moment remind you that renewal often begins quietly, in the stillness where your spirit finally has room to breathe. Sense a growing clarity forming within you, like a soft light guiding you towards steadier ground. Allow your heart to lean into that reassurance, trusting that God is shaping strength and peace within you, even in the moments when you feel most worn. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. After every storm, God lifts the weary, restores the broken, and gives strength to rise again. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the weight of the day loosen its grip as you settle into this space of calm. Imagine the remnants of the storm fading behind you, the winds quieting, the clouds parting as God's gentle presence surrounds you. With each breath, feel His strength returning to your spirit, steady and sure. Allow His compassion to meet every tired place within you, reminding you that renewal is not rushed but received. In this stillness, trust that God is already lifting what felt too heavy to carry alone, guiding your heart toward peace and restoring what the storm tried to take. As this moment unfolds, let your breath settle into a gentle rhythm, steady and unforced, as if your spirit is slowly remembering what peace feels like. Picture the storm clouds drifting farther away, leaving behind a sky washed clean by God's mercy. In this quiet, allow your heart to release the tension it has carried for far too long. God meets you here not with demands or pressure, but with a calm that softens every weary edge within you. Let His nearness remind you that healing often begins in the smallest moments of surrender, when you stop striving and simply rest in His presence. Feel the weight on your chest loosen as His strength rises quietly inside you, steadying what felt shaken. Trust that even now God is guiding you toward renewal, shaping clarity from the chaos, and lifting your spirit into a place of deeper peace. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting each breath soften the places within you that still feel unsettled. Picture God's steady presence drawing near, not with urgency, but with a calm that gently steadies your thoughts. The storm may have shaken you, but it did not remove God's hand from your life. In this peaceful moment, Allow the tension in your chest to ease as you remember that God restores slowly, faithfully, and with great care. Let your mind drift toward the truth that you are not expected to rise all at once. Strength often returns in quiet waves. As you breathe, imagine God gathering the scattered pieces of your heart, shaping them into something stronger than before. Trust that He is guiding you toward clarity, lifting the heaviness that lingered and renewing your spirit with a hope that cannot be taken by any storm. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you breathe slowly and let the last traces of strain drift from your mind. In this gentle pause, imagine God placing His hand over the places that still feel shaken, offering comfort that reaches deeper than words. The storm may have left you tired, but it did not diminish His care for you. Let your thoughts loosen their grip on what you cannot control, allowing God to steady what feels uncertain. With each breath, sense His quiet strength rising within you, reminding you that restoration unfolds one moment at a time. Picture a soft light breaking through the clouds, warming the parts of your heart that felt cold or forgotten. Trust that God is guiding you toward a renewed sense of clarity, lifting the heaviness that lingered and filling your spirit with a peace that gently anchors you again. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to loosen its hold on the worries that have followed you through the day. Picture God drawing near with a patience that never rushes your healing, offering comfort that settles into the deepest parts of your spirit. Let the quiet remind you that you don't have to rebuild everything at once. God restores you piece by piece, moment by moment. As you breathe, imagine His strength rising like a soft dawn, touching the places that felt dim or forgotten. Release the pressure to have every answer, trusting that God is guiding you with a wisdom far greater than your own. Feel His presence steadying your thoughts, calming the noise, and lifting the heaviness that lingered. In this peaceful space, rest in the assurance that God is renewing you from within, shaping hope where discouragement once lived, and preparing your spirit to rise again. Here, in God's calming presence, allow the noise within you to soften as you breathe with slow intention. Picture the remnants of the storm fading even further, leaving behind a quiet path where God walks beside you with steady compassion. Let your heart release the pressure to be strong on your own, trusting that God is carrying what still feels too heavy. As you rest in this moment, imagine His peace settling over your thoughts like a gentle covering, easing the strain you've held inside. Feel His nearness reminding you that renewal is not a distant hope, but something unfolding within you right now. With each breath, sense God restoring the courage that was shaken, lifting the weight that lingered, and guiding your spirit toward a deeper steadiness. In this sacred quiet, trust that He is shaping strength within you that no storm can undo. With each slow breath, allow the tension within you to loosen as God's steady presence surrounds your spirit. Picture the path ahead clearing gently, not through your own strength, but through the quiet guidance of the One who knows every burden you've carried. Let your thoughts drift toward the truth that you are being renewed in ways you cannot always see. As you breathe, imagine God lifting the heaviness that settled on your heart, replacing it with a calm that settles deeper than the noise of your day. Release the pressure to figure out every step, trusting that God is already preparing the way forward. Feel His compassion softening the places that felt hardened by worry or exhaustion. In this peaceful moment, rest in the assurance that God is restoring your courage, strengthening what felt fragile, and leading you toward a steadiness that rises from His unfailing care. As peace rises within you, allow the gentle rhythm of your breath to remind you that God is restoring what felt worn down. Picture His presence settling over your thoughts like a soft blanket of calm, easing the strain that has lingered in the corners of your mind. Let the quiet speak to you, not with loud answers, but with a steady reassurance that you are being guided step by step. Release the urge to rush your healing, trusting that God is rebuilding your strength with patience and care. As you breathe, imagine His light touching the places that felt dim, awakening hope where discouragement once settled. Feel your spirit lift as God steadies what felt uncertain, shaping clarity from the remnants of the storm. In this moment, rest in the truth that He is renewing you from within, preparing your heart to rise with confidence and quiet courage. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the last traces of strain to ease as God's presence settles gently over you. Picture Him gathering the scattered pieces of your strength, shaping them into something steady and renewed. You don't have to rush this moment or force clarity to appear. God is already working in the silence, guiding your spirit toward a deeper peace. As you breathe, imagine His compassion softening the tightness in your chest, lifting the weight that has lingered longer than you expected. Let the calm remind you that healing unfolds in layers, each one touched by God's faithful care. Feel your thoughts slow as His light reaches the places that felt dim, awakening hope where discouragement once settled. In this stillness, trust that God is preparing you to rise with a strength rooted not in effort, but in His unwavering love. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. When your strength feels gone, these prayers lift heaviness, restore courage, and help you rise again. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the tension slowly ease from your body as you settle into this space of calm. With every breath, feel the weight you've been carrying begin to loosen, as if God Himself is gently lifting it from your spirit. You don't have to push or perform here. Simply allow His presence to meet you in the places that feel worn and fragile. Sense His steady compassion surrounding you, reminding you that you are not walking this season alone. Even in moments when your strength feels small, God's strength rises within you, renewing what has grown tired and awakening courage you thought was gone. As this moment unfolds, feel your spirit ease into a quieter rhythm, as if God is gently steadying what has been trembling inside you. Let your breath move slowly, not forced, simply rising and falling in its own calm pattern. With each inhale, imagine God renewing the strength that has felt drained. With each exhale, release the heaviness that has lingered too long. You don't have to rush toward clarity or push yourself to feel strong. God meets you right where you are, offering a strength that does not depend on your own. Sense His presence lifting the weight from your shoulders, reminding you that even in seasons of weariness, you are held by a power greater than anything pressing against you. Allow this quiet assurance to settle deep within, awakening courage you didn't realize was still alive. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting the noise of the day fade as God steadies what has felt unbalanced within you. Allow your breath to move gently, creating space for His strength to rise where your own has felt thin. Picture His presence settling over you like a calm, steady light, softening the strain you've carried and restoring the courage that has been worn down. You don't need to have every answer or feel fully renewed in this moment. Simply let God meet you in the places that feel uncertain. As you rest here, sense His reassurance filling the gaps where exhaustion has lived, reminding you that He renews strength in those who wait on Him. Let this truth settle into your spirit, awakening a quiet confidence that you are being lifted, supported, and guided forward with a strength far greater than your own. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you allow God's steady presence to meet you in the places that feel worn and uncertain. Let your breath move gently, creating room for His strength to rise where your own has felt thin. Picture his calm surrounding you like a quiet shield, softening the weight you've carried and easing the thoughts that have pressed against your heart. You don't need to rush toward clarity or force yourself into confidence. God renews strength in those who wait on him. As you rest here, feel his reassurance settling deep within, reminding you that you are not expected to walk this season alone. Let this truth anchor you, steadying your steps and awakening a quiet courage that grows from his unwavering care. In this stillness, sense the beginning of renewal, subtle, steady, and strong enough to lift you forward. Here in God's calming presence, let the strain you've been carrying slowly loosen its hold, as if his steady hands are lifting what has felt too heavy for too long. Allow your breath to settle into a gentle rhythm, each inhale drawing in renewed strength, each exhale releasing the pressure that has pressed against your spirit. You don't need to prove your resilience or pretend you're not tired. God already sees the weight you've been managing. Feel his quiet reassurance surrounding you, reminding you that those who wait on him are met with strength that rises from a deeper place than your own. Let this truth soften the tension in your chest and ease the thoughts that have been racing. As you rest in this moment, sense courage beginning to return, not in a rush, but as a steady, growing certainty that God is guiding you forward with unwavering care. With each slow breath, feel the steady rhythm of God's presence strengthening what has felt fragile within you. Let your chest rise gently, drawing in the quiet assurance that you are being renewed from the inside out. As you exhale, release the pressure you've been holding, the expectations that have weighed heavily on your spirit. You don't need to rush toward healing or force yourself into confidence. God is restoring you in ways that unfold with patience and grace. Sense his strength filling the places that have felt empty, reminding you that those who wait on him are lifted beyond their own limits. Allow this moment to anchor you, grounding your heart in the certainty that God is guiding your steps with unwavering care. As you rest here, feel courage returning, not loud or sudden but steady, rising like a quiet flame within your spirit. As peace rises within you, allow the tension that has lingered in your mind and body to slowly unwind, as if God himself is loosening each tight place with gentle, steady hands. Let your breath move in a calm rhythm, drawing in the quiet strength he offers and releasing the strain that has pressed against your spirit. You don't need to chase certainty or force yourself into confidence. God renews strength in those who lean into his presence. Feel his reassurance settling over you like a warm, steady light, softening the weight you've carried and awakening courage that has been resting beneath the surface. As you remain here, sense the beginning of a deeper renewal, subtle but unmistakable, reminding you that you're being lifted, supported, and guided forward by a strength far greater than your own. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the noise of the day to fade as God's steady presence surrounds you with a calm that reaches deeper than your weariness. Breathe slowly, letting each inhale draw in the strength he freely gives, and each exhale release the pressure that has weighed on your spirit. You don't need to push yourself to feel brave or pretend you're not tired. God meets you in honesty, renewing what has grown thin. Sense his gentle reassurance settling over you like a warm, steady covering, reminding you that those who wait on him rise with strength beyond their own. As you linger here, feel the beginnings of courage stirring again, not loud or forceful but steady and real, guiding you toward the next step with quiet confidence. In this stillness, you are being strengthened, lifted, and prepared for what comes next. Sense the calm gathering around you, forming a gentle shelter where your spirit can breathe again. Let your shoulders soften as you inhale slowly, drawing in the quiet strength God offers without condition. With each exhale, release the pressure that has followed you through the day, trusting that you don't have to carry everything alone. God sees the weight you've been managing, and he meets you with a strength that rises exactly where yours has felt worn. Feel his presence steadying your heart, reminding you that those who wait on him are lifted, renewed, and guided with unwavering care. As you rest in this moment, notice how courage begins to return, not forced, but rising naturally, like light breaking through a dim horizon. Let this assurance settle deep within you, anchoring your steps and preparing you for the path ahead. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart.
Thank you for spending this time in prayer. May God's peace go before you, His strength surround you, and His presence stay with you long after this moment ends. You are not alone. God is with you. When your heart feels heavy, let these moments draw you back to peace. Welcome to Faith Hope Healing. Take a breath and let your heart settle. This is a place of peace, prayer, and God's promises. Wherever you are, God is near, and He meets you here. This video brings together some of our most loved prayer moments to calm your spirit today.
Let these quiet moments with God steady your spirit, calm your thoughts, and renew your weary heart. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Allow the noise of the day to fade as you settle into this gentle space of rest. With each slow breath, imagine God's peace flowing over you like calm water, softening the tension you've carried. Let your mind release the worries that cling so tightly, trusting that God is holding what feels too heavy for you to manage alone. Feel His nearness surrounding you with steady compassion, reminding you that you are safe, seen, and deeply loved. As you breathe, picture His light filling the places within you that feel tired or uncertain, bringing clarity where confusion once lived. Rest here, knowing God meets you with tenderness and unwavering strength. Let your breath settle into a natural, unhurried rhythm, easing the tension that has followed you through the day. As the quiet around you deepens, allow your thoughts to soften and drift without pressure or expectation. Become aware of God's steady nearness, meeting you with patience and calm in this gentle space. Picture His presence like a peaceful shoreline, receiving every restless wave within you and smoothing what feels unsettled. There is no need to hurry or strive here. Let your heart open at a pace that feels honest and unforced. God understands the weight you carry, even the parts you've never spoken aloud. With each slow breath, imagine His strength filling the places where your own feels worn. Let this growing stillness remind you that you are not walking alone, for God is guiding you with compassion and inviting your spirit to rest in His steady care. Let the quiet around you deepen as your breath settles into a steady, gentle rhythm. Notice the thoughts that have followed you through the day, not to hold them tighter, but to recognize how much you've carried. As you rest here, picture God's presence settling over your heart like a calm, steadying weight, easing what feels tense or uncertain. You don't need to force anything in this moment. Simply allow the stillness to meet you exactly where you are. Imagine God's peace moving slowly through the places inside you that feel strained or unsettled, softening what has grown tight and lifting what has felt too heavy. Let your thoughts drift like leaves on quiet water, carried by a strength far greater than your own. God is not asking you to solve anything right now. He is inviting you to breathe, to release, and to trust that He is working gently in ways you cannot yet see. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you ease into this moment without pressure or expectation. Let your breath move gently, steadying what feels uncertain within you. Bring your attention to the quieter corners of your heart, the places you often keep tucked away. Imagine God's presence moving through those hidden spaces like a soft, warm light, revealing what needs care and offering comfort where you feel worn. There is no need to rush or force anything here. Allow calm to rise slowly, the way morning light spreads across still waters. God understands every unspoken concern and every ache you carry, even the ones you struggle to name. With each breath, picture His peace, smoothing the rough edges of your thoughts and easing the tension that lingers in your mind. Let this stillness become a gentle refuge where you can release what weighs you down and receive the strength God offers with unwavering love. In this gentle stillness, let your heart soften as you acknowledge the weight you've been carrying, not to hold it tighter, but to recognize how deeply it has pressed on your spirit. Picture God's hands supporting what feels too heavy for you alone, steady and sure. Imagine His peace flowing like a slow, calming river, smoothing the anxious places within you and bringing clarity where your thoughts have felt tangled. You don't need to understand every step ahead or have every answer in place. Simply rest in the truth that God is already working in the spaces you cannot see. Feel His compassion meeting you in the tender corners of your soul, reminding you that nothing about your journey is hidden from Him. With each breath, let your spirit lean into His strength, trusting that He is guiding you with patience and unwavering love. Allow this calm to settle deeply within you. Here, in God's calming presence, allow the tension within you to slowly unwind as your breath settles into a steady rhythm. Notice the places inside you that feel tight or overworked, and let each inhale bring a gentle sense of release. Picture God's peace resting over your heart like a soft, warm blanket, easing the strain of thoughts that have pressed too heavily against your spirit. You don't need to carry every burden at once. God meets you with patience, taking what feels overwhelming and holding it with steady hands. Imagine His light moving through the worn or uncertain places within you, bringing warmth where coldness lingered and clarity where confusion once settled. With each breath, feel your grip on fear loosen, making room for the assurance that God is guiding you with unwavering love. Let this moment become a quiet sanctuary where your heart can rest, supported and deeply understood. With each slow breath, let your heart ease into a deeper awareness of God's steady presence surrounding you. Feel the quiet begin to soften the thoughts that have been pulling you in too many directions, giving your spirit room to breathe again. Picture God's peace moving gently through the places inside you that feel worn or unsettled, bringing a sense of grounding where uncertainty has lingered. There is no need to rush toward clarity or force your mind into stillness. Allow this moment to unfold at a pace that feels natural and kind. Imagine God's strength rising within you like a calm, steady tide, lifting the weight of worries you've carried alone for too long. Sense His compassion meeting you in the tender spaces of your soul, reminding you that you are held with unwavering care. Let this quiet assurance settle deeply, guiding your spirit with wisdom and gentle love. As peace begins to rise within you, let your thoughts settle into a gentler rhythm, free from the pressure to sort everything out at once. Notice how the quiet around you creates space for your spirit to breathe again. Trust that God is already tending to the concerns that weigh on your heart, working with a steady faithfulness that doesn't rush or overlook a single detail. Picture His presence like a warm, soft glow, moving through the places inside you that feel worn or uncertain, bringing comfort where heaviness has lingered. With each slow breath, imagine your grip on fear loosening, making room for the calm God offers so generously. You don't need to chase clarity or force answers. Simply rest in the assurance that God understands every layer of your journey. Let His compassion surround you with steady care, guiding your heart toward quiet trust and gentle strength. Let your heart settle into this quiet space as your breathing finds a calm, steady rhythm. Feel the weight of lingering thoughts begin to soften, not by force, but by allowing God's gentle nearness to meet you here. Picture his presence resting over you like a peaceful evening sky, easing what has felt heavy and giving your spirit room to breathe again. You don't need to push anything away or strive for perfect stillness. Let this moment unfold naturally, meeting you exactly where you are. Imagine God's compassion moving through the tired corners of your soul, lifting what feels burdensome and soothing what has been strained. With each slow breath, sense your grip on worry loosening, making space for quiet assurance to rise within you. Let this silence become a tender place where healing begins, trusting that God is working gently in the depths of your heart. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. If you feel weighed down by life, breathe in God's peace and let Him restore you. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the noise of the day begin to fade as you settle into a space where your heart can finally rest. You've been carrying so much, more than most people know, and God sees every unseen weight. With each slow breath, imagine His presence drawing near, steady and compassionate. Let His peace soften the tight places within you, loosening the grip of worry and exhaustion. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fix anything right now. Simply allow God to meet you here, lifting what feels too heavy and filling your spirit with a quiet strength that begins to rise from deep within. As this moment unfolds, let your breath become a gentle reminder that God is meeting you right where you are. The weight you've been carrying doesn't have to define this moment. Allow the tension in your chest to loosen as you picture God's hands lifting the heaviness you've struggled to release. You are not forgotten, and you are not expected to be strong on your own. Let your thoughts slow, like leaves drifting on quiet water, carried by a current far steadier than your own strength. God's presence surrounds you with a calm that begins to soften the edges of your worry. In this space, you are safe to let go, safe to rest, safe to breathe without pressure or expectation. Trust that God is already working in the places you cannot see, restoring what feels worn and renewing what has grown tired within you. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting each breath draw you further into a place where God's presence becomes more tangible. The worries that cling to your thoughts may still whisper, but they no longer have to guide your steps in this moment. Allow your spirit to soften as you picture God gently gathering the pieces of your weariness, holding them with a tenderness that asks nothing from you but honesty. You don't need to pretend you're stronger than you feel. Let the stillness wrap around you like a soft covering, reminding you that God is not distant or distracted. He is here, attentive to every unspoken ache. As you breathe, imagine His peace flowing through the places that feel strained, renewing what has been stretched thin. Trust that even now God is restoring the strength you thought you had lost, shaping calm within you one quiet moment at a time. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you allow God's nearness to wrap gently around the places that feel strained. You don't have to force calm or pretend your heart isn't tired. Simply let this moment be what it is, a quiet space where God meets you without judgment or expectation. Feel the slow release of tension as you breathe, each inhale drawing in His steadying peace, each exhale letting go of the heaviness you've carried alone. God understands the weight of your thoughts, the pressure behind your worries, and the fatigue that lingers beneath your strength. Let His presence soften the tightness within you, reminding you that you are held with unwavering care. In this stillness, trust that God is renewing what life has drained, restoring what has felt fragile and strengthening you from the inside out in ways you may not yet see. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to ease into a rhythm that feels lighter than the one you carried through the day. Let the quiet become a soft shelter where God meets you without hurry, without pressure, without expectation. The thoughts that tug at your mind may still drift in and out, but they no longer need to pull you away from this moment of peace. Picture God's steady presence surrounding you like a warm covering, easing the strain you've held inside. You are safe to release the weight you've been managing alone. With each breath, imagine His strength rising gently within you, restoring what has felt worn and renewing what has grown dim. Trust that God is tending to the hidden places of your spirit, bringing clarity where confusion lingered and calm where tension once lived. Let this quiet become a reminder that you are never beyond His restoring care. Here, in God's calming presence, allow the weight of the day to loosen its hold on your thoughts. Let this quiet moment become a gentle refuge where you no longer have to push through or pretend you're unaffected by the pressures around you. Feel the slow rise and fall of your breath as God's peace settles over the places that feel stretched thin. You don't need to rush toward clarity or force your heart to feel stronger than it does. Simply rest in the assurance that God understands every layer of your weariness. Picture His steady hands lifting the burdens you've carried, easing the strain you've held in silence. Let His nearness soften the tension within you, renewing what has grown tired and restoring what feels fragile. Trust that even in this stillness, God is working gently, shaping strength beneath the surface and guiding your spirit toward a deeper, quieter peace. With each slow breath, allow the weight you've been carrying to loosen its grip on your heart. Let this moment become a gentle pause where God meets you with understanding deeper than words. The thoughts that swirl in your mind don't need to be sorted or solved right now. They can simply rest in His presence. Feel the quiet rise around you like a soft shelter, reminding you that you are not walking through your heaviness alone. God sees the strain behind your strength and the fatigue beneath your determination. Let His nearness steady the places that feel unbalanced, bringing a calm that begins to settle from the inside out. As you breathe, imagine His peace flowing through the tight spaces of your spirit, renewing what has grown weary and restoring what feels worn. Trust that God is gently lifting you, guiding you toward a deeper sense of clarity and quiet strength. As peace rises within you, allow your thoughts to drift into a softer rhythm, one that doesn't demand answers or solutions. Let this moment become a gentle reminder that God is not asking you to carry everything alone. Feel the quiet forming around your heart, easing the strain you've held beneath the surface. You don't have to explain your exhaustion or justify your heaviness. God already understands the weight behind every sigh. With each breath, imagine His presence settling over you like a warm covering, steadying the places that feel uncertain. Let His compassion reach into the corners of your spirit that have felt overlooked or stretched thin. Trust that God is renewing what has grown weary, restoring what has been worn down, and strengthening you in ways that unfold slowly but surely. In this calm, allow yourself to rest in the truth that you are deeply held and never forgotten. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the noise of the day to fade into the background as God's presence settles gently over you. You don't need to hold every thought or manage every emotion right now. This moment is a soft pause where your spirit can breathe without pressure. Feel the calm gathering around you like a slow, steady tide, lifting the heaviness you've carried in silence. God understands the weight behind your worries and the strain beneath your strength. Let His compassion reach into the places that feel stretched thin, easing the tension you've tried to navigate alone. With each breath, imagine His peace flowing through you, renewing what has grown weary and restoring what feels fragile. Trust that God is shaping clarity within you, guiding your heart towards steadiness and quiet confidence. In this stillness, you are deeply held and gently strengthened. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here, walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. We often come to God with many words, but today we let the silence be our prayer. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Imagine the space around you beginning to soften. The noise of the day starts to dim as you focus solely on the rhythm of your breath. This is a sacred invitation to stop performing and start simply being. You do not need to explain your exhaustion or justify your need for rest. God already knows the depth of the load you have been pulling behind you. As you settle into this stillness, visualize the tension in your neck and hands beginning to dissolve. You are entering a sanctuary where the only requirement is your presence. Let the light of grace shine upon your face like a morning sun. There is no rush here. There is only this singular, beautiful moment of reconnection. You are safe to let go. You are protected. You are deeply loved in this very second. As this moment unfolds, notice the specific weight you brought with you today. Is it a worry about tomorrow or a regret from yesterday? Whatever it is, hold it gently in your mind for just a second, acknowledging its presence without letting it overwhelm you. God is not asking you to ignore your burdens, but He is asking you to trust Him with the heavy lifting. Think of your spirit as a vessel that has become overfilled with the concerns of this world. To receive the fresh water of peace, you must first pour out the stale water of anxiety. Feel the cool air entering your lungs, bringing with it a sense of divine clarity. With every exhale, imagine one small piece of that heavy stone being chipped away. You are not losing your strength by surrendering. You are gaining the strength of the Almighty. Here, the ground beneath you is firm and unshakable. You can lean back. You can let the support of the Father carry your frame. The struggle is over for now. Peace is your current reality. Feel the quiet deepen around you as you contemplate the vastness of God's care. He who counts the stars and names each one is intimately aware of the pressure you feel in your chest. You are part of a grand design that includes seasons of rest. Just as the earth must lie fallow to regain its richness, your soul requires this time of non-doing to find its rhythm again. Let your mind wander to a place of natural beauty, perhaps a high mountain peak where the air is thin and pure. From this perspective, the problems that seemed like giants from below now look like small pebbles in a wide valley. You are being given eyes to see your life through the lens of eternity. The weight you carry is temporary, but the love that holds you is everlasting. Allow your heart to beat in sync with the slow, steady pulse of creation. There is plenty of time. There is infinite grace. You are being restored in the silence. Every cell in your body is beginning to recognize the frequency of peace. Notice how your spirit begins to settle into a deeper layer of trust. It is often in the middle of our storms that we realize we cannot save ourselves, and that realization is where true freedom begins. To release the weight is to admit that God is God and we are not. This humble shift in perspective acts like a key turning in a heavy lock. The door to your heart swings open, letting in the light of the gospel. You are not a project to be fixed, but a child to be cherished. If your mind tries to wander back to your checklist or your fears, gently bring it back to the sound of the stillness. Focus on the sensation of your hands resting in your lap. They are empty now, ready to receive whatever blessings the Spirit has prepared for you today. You are becoming a conduit for calm. The frantic energy of the world has no power over you in this secret place. You are shrouded in a holy protection that guards your mind and your emotions. Rest is your birthright. Grace is your home. In this gentle stillness, consider the power of a single word: surrender. It is not a word of defeat, but a word of victory over the ego. When we surrender, we stop fighting against the current of God's will and start flowing with it. Like a leaf dropped into a slow-moving river, you are being carried toward a destination of wholeness. You do not need to paddle. You do not need to steer. The one who created the water knows exactly where the shore is. Let the tension in your jaw release. Let the muscles around your eyes relax. You are entering a state of spiritual reset, where the old patterns of stress are being rewritten by the hand of the Creator. This is a profound healing of the nervous system and the soul. You are learning the art of holy indifference toward the things you cannot change. By letting go of the outcome, you find the strength to handle the process. God is moving in the background of your life, arranging details you cannot see. Trust the invisible work. With each slow breath, you are reclaiming the territory that anxiety tried to steal. Your peace is a precious garden, and today you are pulling the weeds of doubt. Every time you choose to focus on God's presence instead of your problems, you are planting seeds of faith. These seeds will grow into a canopy of protection for your future self. Imagine a soft golden light surrounding your entire body, acting as a shield against the pressures of the external world. Inside this light, there is only warmth and acceptance. You are forgiven for the mistakes of the past. You are empowered for the challenges of the future, but most importantly, you are fully present in this moment. The weight you are carrying has been placed at the foot of the cross. It is no longer yours to bear. Feel the physical lightness that comes with spiritual release. Your shoulders are down. Your heart is open. You are breathing with the freedom of a captive who has finally been set free. God is here. As peace rises within you, allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the kindness of the Father. He does not provide just enough strength to survive. He provides an abundance of life. This spiritual reset is transforming your weariness into a quiet confidence. You're like a tree planted by streams of water, drawing nourishment from a source that never runs dry. Even when the heat of life is intense, your leaves remain green because your roots are deep in His love. Reflect on the times in the past when you thought you wouldn't make it through, yet here you are. God has been faithful in every season, and He will be faithful in this one too. The weight you released today was a bridge to a deeper dependency on Him. Without the burden, you might have never sought the rest. Now that you have found it, stay here for as long as you need. The world can wait. Your soul is being reconnected to its original purpose. You are a reflection of divine calm. You are a masterpiece of grace. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, where the whispers of the Spirit are louder than the shouts of the world. You are discovering that the most productive thing you can do for your calling is to sit in the presence of the one who called you. This is where your vision is cleared and your hope is renewed. Think of this meditation as a divine appointment that cannot be cancelled. You are the priority. Your peace matters to the kingdom. As the drone footage captures the vastness of the natural world, Let it remind you that the God who manages the tides can certainly manage your schedule. There is a holy order to your life that transcends your understanding. Release the need to know the how or the when. Simply rest in the who. You are held by the Alpha and the Omega. The beginning and the end of your story are already written in love. Feel the deep settle of your spirit. You are anchored. You are steadfast. The storm has lost its grip because you have found your anchor. Sense the calm gathering around you like a warm blanket on a cold night. You have done the hard work of letting go, and now you are reaping the harvest of tranquility. This reset is not just for 10 minutes. It is a shift that you can carry back into your daily life. You have learned that you can access this still waters sanctuary whenever the weight begins to feel heavy again. It is a portable peace that lives inside of you. Take one more deep, intentional breath. Feel the oxygen reaching the furthest corners of your being, carrying God's restorative energy to every tired muscle and every frayed nerve. You are being put back together in a way that is stronger and more resilient than before. The weight is gone, replaced by a lightness of spirit that will help you soar. You are ready to face what comes next, not with your own effort, but with the divine momentum of a surrendered heart. The silence has done its work. The prayer has been heard. You are walking in the light. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. If your soul feels heavy today, take one breath and let God's restorative peace find you. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let each inhale remind you that you are not carrying this day alone, and let each exhale release the weight you were never meant to hold. As your breath settles, picture a gentle light rising within your spirit, soft but steady, warming the places that feel tired or stretched thin. Allow this light to move slowly through your thoughts, easing the tension that has gathered there and softening the worries that cling to your heart. In this calm space, trust that God is already drawing near, surrounding you with a presence that restores, steadies, and begins to lift what has felt too heavy to name. As this moment unfolds, allow your breath to lengthen and soften, giving your spirit room to breathe again. Let the weight of the day loosen its grip as you settle deeper into this quiet space. Picture a gentle stream flowing through your thoughts, clearing away the noise that has gathered and making space for God's steady presence to rise within you. With each slow inhale, imagine His peace filling the places that feel worn or stretched thin, and with each exhale, release the tension that has lingered in your chest. Let your mind drift toward the assurance that God meets you exactly where you are, without pressure or expectation. There is nothing you must prove in this moment, nothing you must fix or figure out. Simply rest in the awareness that God's calm is drawing nearer, wrapping softly around your heart and reminding you that renewal begins with surrender, not striving. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting your breath settle into a slow, steady rhythm that gently supports your spirit. As the noise of the day fades, imagine a soft glow forming at the center of your chest, warm and steady, reminding you that God's presence is not distant but near and attentive. Let this warmth expand through your thoughts, easing the strain of unanswered questions and softening the edges of the worries you've carried. Picture this gentle light moving through the places that feel weary, bringing clarity where confusion has lingered and comfort where heaviness has settled. With each breath, allow God's peace to rise within you, not as something you must earn, but as a gift freely offered. Rest in the assurance that you are held in a presence that understands every burden you've carried today and meets you with compassion that asks nothing more than your willingness to breathe and be still. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you allow the quiet to wrap gently around your thoughts. Let the lingering tension in your chest soften, releasing its grip with each slow breath. Picture a calm horizon stretching before you, wide and open, reminding you that God's presence is spacious enough to hold everything you've carried today. As you rest in this stillness, imagine His peace flowing through the places that feel strained or uncertain, bringing a steady reassurance that you are not navigating this moment alone. Let your worries drift like distant echoes, losing their urgency as God's calm rises within you. Feel the subtle shift as your heart becomes lighter, your mind clearer, and your spirit more open to the comfort God is offering. In this gentle quiet, trust that renewal is already beginning, unfolding softly and steadily, guided by the one who knows exactly what your soul needs. In this gentle stillness, allow your breath to guide you toward a deeper sense of calm. Let the quiet settle softly over your thoughts, easing the pressure that has gathered throughout the day. Picture a soft wave of God's peace moving slowly through your mind, clearing away the heaviness that has lingered. As you rest here, imagine His presence forming a shelter around your heart, steady and protective, reminding you that you are safe in His care. Let your worries drift to the edges of your awareness, losing their urgency as God's comfort rises within you. Feel your spirit loosen its grip on the things you've been holding too tightly, making room for clarity to emerge. With each breath, trust that God is gently restoring what has felt worn or fragile, renewing your strength in ways you may not yet see. Rest in this moment, knowing His peace is working quietly within you. Here, in God's calming presence, allow your breath to slow into a gentle rhythm that supports your spirit. Let the quiet around you soften the thoughts that have been pressing against your mind, giving each one space to loosen and drift away. Picture a soft glow rising within your heart, steady and warm, reminding you that God's peace is not fragile or distant, but strong enough to meet every weary place within you. As you rest in this moment, imagine His comfort settling over the parts of your life that feel uncertain or stretched thin, bringing clarity where confusion has lingered. Let your shoulders release the tension they've been holding, and feel your spirit open to the reassurance that God is guiding you with patience and tenderness. With each breath, trust that renewal is unfolding quietly, restoring strength you didn't realize had faded, and lifting the weight you were never meant to carry alone. With each slow breath, allow your heart to ease into a deeper rhythm of rest. Let the quiet around you soften the thoughts that have been circling in your mind, giving them space to drift without demanding answers. Picture God's presence settling gently over your spirit like a warm blanket, steady and reassuring, reminding you that you are not navigating this moment alone. As you breathe, imagine His peace flowing through the places that feel strained or unsettled, bringing a calm that reaches beneath the surface of your worries. Let your shoulders release the tension they've been holding and feel your spirit open to the comfort God is offering. Trust that He is meeting you with compassion, understanding the weight you've carried, and offering strength that rises quietly within you. Rest in this stillness, knowing that renewal is unfolding in ways your heart can feel even before your mind fully understands. As peace rises within you, allow your breath to guide you into a deeper sense of trust. Let the quiet around you soften the thoughts that have been pulling at your attention, giving each one permission to drift without demanding answers. Picture God's presence settling gently over your heart like a soft morning light, warm and steady, reminding you that you are not walking through this day alone. As you rest here, imagine His calm moving through the places that feel unsettled or uncertain, bringing clarity where confusion has lingered and comfort where heaviness has taken root. Let your shoulders release the tension they've been holding and feel your spirit open to the reassurance that God understands every unspoken burden. With each breath, trust that He is renewing your strength in quiet ways, restoring what has felt worn and lifting what has felt too heavy to carry. Rest in this gentle unfolding of His peace. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the stillness to settle gently over your thoughts. Feel the weight you've been carrying begin to loosen as your breath softens and your spirit opens to God's steady presence. Picture a calm light forming within you, warm and reassuring, reminding you that you are held with a tenderness that never wavers. As you breathe, imagine this light moving through the places that feel strained or uncertain, bringing comfort where worry has lingered and strength where you felt worn. Let your mind release the pressure of unanswered questions, trusting that God is guiding you with patience and clarity. Allow your spirit to lean into the assurance that you don't have to navigate every burden alone. With each slow inhale, receive the peace God offers. With each exhale, let go of what no longer serves your heart. Rest in this moment, knowing renewal is already unfolding within you. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. We often come to God with many words, but today we let the silence be our prayer. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. As we conclude this journey together, notice the shift in the atmosphere of your heart. The weight you once carried has been replaced by a gentle, steady hope. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast golden field at dawn. The air is crisp and full of the scent of new life. You are no longer defined by the shadows of your past or the anxieties of your future. In this sacred space, you are simply a child of God, standing in the warmth of His favor. The old things have passed away, and behold, something beautiful is beginning to emerge. This is your moment of transition. The reset is complete, and the horizon is calling you forward. Feel the strength returning to your weary bones as the light of the world shines upon you. You are ready to begin again. Feel the quiet deepen around you as you reflect on the faithfulness of the one who led you here. It was not by your own strength that you found this peace, but through the grace that meets you in every valley. As you look out toward the new horizon, recognize that every step you take from now on is ordered by divine wisdom. You do not need to see the entire path to know that the destination is secure. Trust is the bridge between the life you are leaving behind and the abundance that awaits you. In this stillness, God is imprinting His promises upon your soul. He is the God of the new song and the fresh start. Like the sun rising over the distant mountains, His mercies are new for you this very morning. Let the warmth of this truth penetrate every layer of your being. You are standing on holy ground, and the ground is firm. There is no more need to hurry or to hide. You are fully seen, fully known, and fully equipped for the journey. Peace is your constant companion today. Notice how your spirit begins to settle into the reality of a fresh start. The clutter of the mind has been cleared, leaving a clean sanctuary where the spirit can dwell. This is what it means to walk in newness of life. It is a daily decision to leave the heavy burdens at the foot of the cross and pick up the light yoke of Christ. As you breathe in, imagine you are inhaling the very breath of God, filling you with courage for the days ahead. As you breathe out, release any lingering traces of doubt. You are becoming a new creation moment by moment. The path before you may be unfamiliar, but it is not dangerous, for the shepherd walks beside you. He makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert of your soul. Your story is not ending. It is merely turning a page to a chapter filled with light. Rest in the confidence that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. The horizon is not a boundary, but an invitation. You are stepping into a future that is held by love. In this gentle stillness, consider the beauty of God's timing. He does not rush the seasons of our lives, and He did not rush this time of reset. Every moment of quiet you have spent here has been a deposit into your spiritual bank, providing you with the resilience you will need for the world outside. The silence is no longer empty, it is full of the presence of the Almighty. When you return to the noise of daily life, remember that you carry this quiet center within you. You are an ambassador of calm in a chaotic world. Let your heart be anchored in the truth that God's plan for you is for good and not for harm. He gives you a future and a hope that cannot be shaken by circumstances. As the light of the dawn grows brighter in your mind's eye, feel the joy of the Lord becoming your strength. You are no longer a slave to fear, but a pioneer of faith. The weight is gone, and in its place is a steady, quiet power. You are walking in the light, and the light is enough. As this moment unfolds, give thanks for the clarity that has come through this time of prayer. Clarity is not the absence of questions, but the presence of trust. You may not know every detail of what lies ahead, but you know the character of the one who holds the map. This is the secret of the spiritual walk. We move forward by staying close to the vine. Your reset has reconnected you to the source of all life. Feel the vitality flowing through your spirit, renewing your purpose and sharpening your vision. The things that once seemed impossible are now seen through the lens of God's sovereignty. You are being refined like silver, losing the dross of worry and gaining the shine of a reflected Savior. This is your time to shine. The world needs the peace you have found in this stillness. Carry it like a torch into every room you enter. You are blessed to be a blessing. The horizon is bright with the promise of God's glory. You are not alone. You are part of a divine movement. With each slow breath, acknowledge the work that has been done in your heart over these 6 sessions. You have learned to listen, to release, and to rest. These are the tools of a mature faith. As you prepare to transition back into activity, do so with a posture of surrender. Let every action be an extension of this meditation. Whether you are working, resting, or serving others, do it from the quiet center you have cultivated here. God is doing a new thing in you, and even now it is springing forth. Can you perceive it? It is the sprout of a new desire, the spark of a new joy, and the steady beat of a heart at peace. You are like a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. The light you carry is the light of Christ, and it will guide your feet on the path of righteousness. No weapon formed against your peace shall prosper. You are covered by the wings of the Most High. The horizon is wide and the way is clear. Walk forward with the quiet confidence of the redeemed. You are home. As peace rises within you, allow yourself to be overwhelmed by the kindness of the Father. He does not provide just enough strength to survive. He provides an abundance of life. This spiritual reset is transforming your weariness into a quiet confidence. You are like a tree planted by streams of water, drawing nourishment from a source that never runs dry. Even when the heat of life is intense, Your leaves remain green because your roots are deep in His love. Reflect on the times in the past when you thought you wouldn't make it through, yet here you are. God has been faithful in every season, and He will be faithful in this one too. The weight you released today was a bridge to a deeper dependency on Him. Without the burden, you might have never sought the rest. Now that you have found it, stay here for as long as you need. The world can wait. Your soul is being reconnected to its original purpose. You are a reflection of divine calm. You are a masterpiece of grace today. Here in God's calming presence, let your soul make a final declaration of dependence. Say in your heart, Lord, I am yours. This simple act of alignment is a powerful prayer. It sets the course for your life and opens the doors of heaven's resources. As you envision the road ahead, see it lined with the goodness and mercy of God following you all the days of your life. You are not just moving toward a goal, you are moving toward a person. Jesus is the horizon, and He is also the path. Every step in His direction is a step toward wholeness. Let the beauty of the drone footage reflecting the majesty of creation remind you of the scale of God's love for you. He who holds the oceans in the palm of His hand holds your heart with infinite tenderness. You have been reset. You have been renewed. You have been released. Go now into the newness of life, carrying the still waters within you. The world is waiting for the light that only you can bring. You are ready now. God is with you. Notice how your spirit begins to settle into the joy of the Lord. Joy is not a loud emotion, but a deep-seated assurance that all is well because God is in control. This is the ultimate destination of our spiritual reset. You can now face the challenges of life with a smile, knowing that they are merely opportunities for God's grace to be displayed. As you prepare to conclude this series, take a moment to bless the others who are watching and meditating with you. We are all branches of the same vine, drawing strength from the same source. Your victory over anxiety is a victory for the whole community. As the light on the horizon reaches its peak, let it symbolize the clarity you have gained. The shadows have fled, and the day is yours to live for His glory. You are a new creation. The old weight is a distant memory. The future is a bright promise. Walk forward with steady steps, guided by the light that never fails. You are cherished beyond measure. This is your new beginning. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. If your spirit feels weary, let these words of peace lift you and restore your soul. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. As your breath settles, imagine the heavy pressure of the world beginning to dissolve, replaced by a light that is soft, steady, and kind. This is not a time for striving or searching for answers. It is a time for receiving. Picture yourself standing beside a vast, calm sea at dawn, where the air is cool, and the only sound is the gentle rhythm of grace hitting the shore. Your spirit, though it may feel faint or flickering like a candle, is being shielded by the very hands that created the stars. Let each slow inhale bring a sense of divine belonging, reminding you that you are anchored in a love that never grows tired. You are safe here. You are held in a stillness that understands the depth of your fatigue and meets it with infinite quiet rest. As this moment unfolds, allow your breath to become a gentle invitation for the Holy Spirit to fill the weary corners of your mind. There is a sacred rhythm in this stillness, a heartbeat of grace that speaks louder than the noise you left behind. Picture a soft golden warmth beginning at the top of your head and moving slowly downward, smoothing the furrows of worry and relaxing the tension in your brow. This light represents a peace that passes all understanding, a gift from the Father that requires no effort to earn. If your spirit feels like a parched land, imagine a light rain of mercy falling steadily, soaking into the dry soil and bringing life to the hidden places. You do not have to be strong today, you only have to be present. Let the weight of expectations slide from your shoulders, scattering like dust in the wind. In this space, you are not defined by what you have done or what you have failed to do. You are defined by the love that calls you His own. Feel the quiet deepen around you, as if the very air is thick with a grace that knows your name. Imagine a slow, cool river of clarity moving through the pathways of your mind, washing away the tangled thoughts and the heavy fragments of yesterday. When your spirit is faint, your vision can become clouded by the shadows of exhaustion. But here in this light, those shadows begin to thin and break apart. Let your breath become the bridge between the noise of the world and the sanctuary of God's presence. Picture a vast green meadow where the only task is to rest in the tall grass and listen to the whisper of the Spirit. There is no urgency here, no pressure to perform, and no clocks to measure your worth. You are simply a child of God, leaning into the heart of the Father. Allow the tension in your chest to soften, creating a wider space for the peace that restores what life has worn down. Trust that in this stillness, the work of renewal is happening beneath the surface. Notice how your spirit begins to settle, as if the restless waves within you are finally finding the shore. Imagine a soft, radiant light expanding from your center, warm and steady, acting as a shield against the noise of the world. When your heart is weary, it can feel as though your inner fire is fading, but in this sacred quiet, God is gently breathing life back into the embers. Picture a vast horizon at twilight, where the sky is painted in hues of lavender and gold, reminding you that there is beauty in the ending of a long day. You are not required to carry the burdens of tomorrow in this moment. Those are held in hands much larger than your own. Let your breath become a slow, rhythmic lullaby for your soul, smoothing the edges of every sharp thought and easing the ache of uncertainty. There is a profound strength in this surrender, a quiet power that rises when we stop striving and start trusting. Rest in the knowledge that you are being rebuilt in the silence. In this gentle stillness, allow the quiet to wash over the parts of your spirit that have been stretched thin by the demands of the world. Picture a soft white light surrounding you like a protective cocoon, filtering out the noise and the weight of every expectation you've carried. When your spirit is faint, it is often because you have been trying to sustain yourself on your own strength. But here, you are invited to draw from a well that never runs dry. Imagine a garden at dawn where the dew is fresh and the air is filled with the scent of new beginnings. Each breath you take is a reminder that God's mercies are new every morning and His grace is sufficient for every weakness you feel. Let the tension in your hands and arms release, letting go of the grip you've had on the things you cannot control. Trust that the Father is tending to the details of your life while you rest in His shadow. You are being replenished by a love that asks for nothing but your presence. Here in God's calming presence, imagine the tangled threads of your thoughts beginning to unravel and lay flat, smoothed by the hand of a Father who knows the beginning from the end. When your spirit is faint, it can feel as though you are walking through a dense fog, but in this sacred space, the light of truth begins to pierce through the haze. Picture a high mountain peak at sunrise, where the air is pure and the world below seems small and distant. Your worries, though they felt monumental an hour ago, are being dwarfed by the magnitude of God's sovereignty. Let each slow inhale draw in the courage to trust the path you cannot see, and let each exhale release the need to map out every step. There is a deep, resonant peace in knowing that you are directed by a wisdom that never falters. Allow the muscles in your back and neck to soften, yielding to the support that has been beneath you all along. You are being held in a love that is both a fortress and a quiet resting place. With each slow breath, imagine the walls of your heart softening, opening like a flower to the warmth of a midday sun. When your spirit is faint, it often feels as though the world has grown cold and distant, but here, in this sacred stillness, you are wrapped in a glow that never fades. Picture a quiet courtyard filled with the scent of jasmine and the sound of a trickling fountain, where the only movement is the play of light on the stones. This is the sanctuary of your soul, a place where God meets you without judgment or demand. Let the air you pull into your lungs act as a healing balm, cooling the heat of your anxieties and quieting the echoes of the day. You are not a machine built for constant production. You are a living vessel designed for communion with the divine. Allow the heavy layers of protection you've built around your spirit to melt away, revealing a heart that is ready to be mended. Trust that in this quiet, you are being refined and made whole again. As peace rises within you, imagine a vast starlit sky stretching out over a silent desert, where the magnitude of the universe reminds you of the one who holds it all in place. When your spirit is faint, it is often because the view of your struggles has grown so large that it obscures the view of your Creator. But here in the stillness, your perspective is shifting, and the mountains of your worry are becoming manageable hills. Picture a soft, cool breeze passing over your skin, carrying away the heat of every frustration and the weight of every silent tear. This is the breath of God, moving through the canyons of your soul to bring comfort and light to the dark places. Let each slow inhale be a declaration of trust, and let each exhale be a surrender of the things you were never meant to solve alone. You are standing on holy ground, where the ground itself is firm and the air is filled with promise. Allow your heart to beat in sync with the quiet certainty that you are loved. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, as if the very atoms of your being are coming into alignment with the heartbeat of God. When your spirit is faint, it is often a signal to return to the source, to the place where your identity is found, not in what you achieve, but in whose you are. Imagine a soft silver light descending from above, touching your shoulders and moving through your arms, releasing the last remnants of the day's fatigue. This is a moment of deep restoration, a sanctuary where the broken pieces of your confidence are being gathered and mended by a master's hand. Picture a quiet, ancient forest where the sunlight filters through the leaves in golden shafts, highlighting the beauty of the growth that happens in the silence. You are growing too, even when you feel still. Your roots are reaching deeper into the soil of faith, anchoring you against the storms of life. Let each slow inhale feel like a drink of cold water for a thirsty soul. You are almost home. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart.
Thank you for spending this time in prayer. May God's peace go before you, His strength surround you, and His presence stay with you long after this moment ends. You are not alone. God is with you. When your heart feels heavy, let these moments draw you back to peace. Welcome to Faith Hope Healing. Take a breath and let your heart settle. This is a place of peace, prayer, and God's promises. Wherever you are, God is near, and He meets you here. This video brings together some of our most loved prayer moments to calm your spirit today.
As you settle into this moment, allow your breath to soften and your body to release the weight it has been carrying. There is nothing you need to fix right now, nothing you must solve. This space is here for you, a quiet refuge where your heart can rest without pressure or expectation. Let the gentle light before you remind you that renewal often arrives quietly, like dawn rising through the clouds, offering warmth without demanding anything in return. With each slow inhale, feel your spirit steady. With each exhale, let go of the tension that has followed you through the day. You are safe here. You are supported here. You are allowed to pause. In this stillness, your strength is not fading. It is gathering, rebuilding, preparing to rise again within you. Let this moment remind you that peace is not something you chase. It is something you allow. And right now, in this quiet space, peace is finding you and gently renewing your spirit. As you continue in this quiet space, let your breath guide you deeper into calm. Each inhale brings a gentle rise of clarity. Each exhale releases the heaviness that has lingered in your mind and body. You don't have to force anything. Peace grows naturally when you give yourself permission to slow down. Feel the stillness around you becoming a soft shelter, a place where your thoughts can settle and your spirit can breathe without strain. You are not expected to be strong every moment of every day. Strength is not constant pressure. Strength is the ability to pause, to rest, to gather yourself again. In this moment, renewal is already happening within you, even if you can't see it yet. Let the quiet remind you that God meets you gently, not with demands but with presence. Allow this stillness to wash over you like warm light, softening what has been tense and lifting what has been heavy. You're being restored from the inside out, one calm breath at a time. As you rest in this gentle calm, begin to notice how your inner world is slowly opening. The noise that once pressed against your thoughts is beginning to fade, making room for a softer and steadier peace. You do not need to hurry this process. Renewal unfolds at its own pace, like a quiet stream finding its way through the landscape of your heart. With each breath, feel a little more space forming inside you, space for clarity, space for comfort, space for strength to return without pressure. You are not alone in this moment. God is near, guiding you with a presence that does not overwhelm but reassures. Let this awareness settle over you like a warm blanket, reminding you that you are held and supported, even when life feels heavy. Allow your breath to anchor you, steady and calm, reminding you that peace is possible even in difficult seasons. You are being gently restored, and every slow inhale is helping you rise again from within. As you continue in this gentle rhythm, begin to notice how your heart feels a little lighter than before. The weight you carried into this moment is slowly loosening its grip, making room for a deeper sense of calm. You do not need to rush this feeling or measure your progress. Peace does not arrive on a schedule. It grows quietly like a soft glow spreading through the early morning sky. With each breath, feel a steady warmth forming within you, reminding you that renewal is already taking shape. God is near, guiding you with a presence that is patient and kind. Let this awareness settle into your spirit, reminding you that you are not forgotten and you are not walking alone. Allow the stillness to fill the spaces where worry once lived, replacing tension with clarity and fear with reassurance. You are being strengthened in ways you may not fully see yet, but the change is happening. Trust this gentle work within you and let your breath carry you deeper into peace. As you rest in this steady calm, notice how your thoughts begin to slow, creating space for clarity to rise within you. The worries that once felt loud are softening, losing their grip as peace gently returns. You do not need to force anything or chase a certain feeling. Let this moment unfold naturally. With each breath, feel a quiet strength forming inside you, a strength that grows from stillness rather than effort. God is here with you, offering comfort that does not rush and guidance that does not pressure. Let this presence settle into your heart, reminding you that you are supported even when you cannot see how. Allow the calm to move through the places that have felt tense or tired, bringing relief and renewal. You are being restored breath by breath as peace fills the spaces where fear once lived. Trust this gentle work within you and let your spirit open to the healing taking place. As you stay in this gentle stillness, begin to notice how your heart feels more open than before. The tension that once felt heavy is slowly loosening, making room for a deeper sense of peace. You do not need to understand every part of this process. Healing often begins quietly, long before you can see the full change. With each breath, feel a soft renewal moving through you, steady and patient. God is with you in this moment, offering a calm presence that brings reassurance to the places that have felt uncertain. Let this awareness settle into your spirit, reminding you that you are cared for and supported. Allow the quiet to reach the corners of your mind that have been tired or overwhelmed, bringing rest where you need it most. You are being strengthened from within, gently and consistently, as peace continues to rise in you. Trust this slow and steady work, and let your breath guide you deeper into calm. As you remain in this calm space, begin to notice how your inner strength is becoming more steady and sure. The quiet around you is not empty. It is filled with gentle reassurance, reminding you that healing often happens in the moments when you finally allow yourself to slow down. With each breath, feel a soft courage rising within you, a courage that does not demand perfection, but invites honesty and rest. God is here with you, meeting you in the stillness with a peace that reaches deeper than your worries. Let this presence settle into the places that have felt uncertain or weary. Allow the calm to move through your thoughts, clearing away the noise that once felt overwhelming. You are being renewed from the inside out, strengthened in ways that are steady and lasting. Trust this quiet work within you and let your breath guide you into even deeper peace. As you stay in this gentle quiet, notice how your spirit feels more grounded than before. The calm you have welcomed is beginning to settle deeper, creating a steady foundation inside you. You do not need to rush or reach for anything. Peace grows best when you simply allow it to unfold. With each breath, feel a soft renewal moving through your heart, clearing away the strain that has lingered. God is here with you, offering a presence that brings comfort to the places that have felt uncertain or tired. Let this awareness rest within you, reminding you that you are supported and cared for. Allow the stillness to touch the thoughts that have been heavy, easing them with gentle clarity. You are being strengthened in quiet ways, renewed from within as peace continues to rise. Trust this slow and steady work, and let your breath guide you deeper into calm. As you rest in this deep calm, begin to notice how your spirit feels more steady and centered than before. The peace you have welcomed is no longer just around you but moving gently within you, filling places that once felt tense or uncertain. You do not need to hold everything together on your own. With each breath, feel a quiet assurance rising, reminding you that God is guiding you with patience and care. Let this awareness settle into your heart, easing the thoughts that have been heavy and softening the emotions that have felt overwhelming. Allow the stillness to reach the deeper parts of you, bringing clarity where there was confusion and comfort where there was strain. You are being renewed in ways that are steady and lasting, strengthened from the inside out. Trust this gentle work and let your breath carry you even further into peace. As you rest in this final moment of stillness, notice how your spirit feels calmer and more grounded than when you began. The peace that has been growing within you is now steady, filling the spaces that once felt tense or uncertain. You do not need to hold on tightly to this feeling. Simply trust that what has been planted in your heart will continue to grow. With each breath, feel a quiet confidence rising, reminding you that God walks with you beyond this moment. Let this awareness settle into your thoughts, bringing clarity where there was confusion and comfort where there was strain. Allow the calm you feel now to guide you as you return to your day, carrying strength that comes from rest and renewal. You are being restored from within, gently and faithfully, and this peace will continue to follow you. Trust the work that has begun in you, and let your spirit remain open to the stillness that strengthens your soul. When your heart feels tired and your spirit feels stretched, God invites you into gentle renewal. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. As you settle into this space, allow the weight you've been carrying to loosen its grip. Let the noise of the day fade into the background as you breathe in the steady assurance of God's presence. With each slow inhale, imagine His peace filling the places where worry has lived. With each exhale, release the tension that has gathered in your mind and body. You are stepping into a moment designed for your restoration, a quiet refuge where God meets you with compassion and strength. Here you are safe to rest, safe to breathe, and safe to simply be held by His unwavering love. As this moment unfolds, allow your heart to settle into a deeper awareness of God's nearness. You've stepped away from the noise of the day, and now you're entering a space where His presence becomes clearer, softer, and more comforting. Let your breathing guide you. Slow, steady, unhurried. With each inhale, imagine drawing in His peace. With each exhale, imagine releasing the burdens you've carried far too long. God is not distant from you in this quiet moment. He is close, attentive, and gently strengthening the places within you that feel worn or fragile. As you rest here, picture His light surrounding you like a warm embrace, reminding you that you are never forgotten or overlooked. This stillness is not empty. It is filled with His compassion, His wisdom, and His steady love, meeting you exactly where you are. Feel the quiet deepen around you, and notice how your spirit begins to soften in God's presence. This stillness is not something you have to earn or strive for. It is a gift He freely offers to you. As you breathe slowly, imagine the gentle rhythm of your breath aligning with the steady heartbeat of God's love. Let the lingering worries of the day drift further from your mind, like leaves carried away on a calm stream. In this peaceful space, allow yourself to acknowledge the places within you that feel weary or uncertain. God meets you there with tenderness, not judgment. He understands every burden you've carried and every silent prayer you've whispered. As you rest here, picture His hands supporting you, lifting the weight from your shoulders and reminding you that you are never alone. This moment is a sanctuary, a place where your heart can breathe freely again. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you rest in this gentle space shaped by God's presence. Let the calm around you soften the edges of your thoughts, easing the tension that has lingered in your heart. With each slow breath, imagine God's peace flowing through you like a quiet river, steady and unwavering. Allow yourself to release the worries you've held tightly, trusting that God is already working in the places you cannot see. In this moment, there is no pressure to perform, no expectation to be strong, only an invitation to rest. God meets you here with compassion, offering renewal for your weary soul. As you breathe, picture His light filling the room, warming the places within you that feel tired or uncertain. Let this stillness remind you that you are deeply loved, fully seen, and gently carried by the one who never grows weary. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to recognize how deeply God cares for every part of your journey. As you breathe slowly, imagine His presence wrapping around you like a soft blanket of peace, calming the thoughts that have been racing through your mind. You don't have to solve anything in this moment. You don't have to carry everything alone. God is here, meeting you with patience and compassion. Let the quiet remind you that His love is not rushed or fragile. It is steady, enduring, and strong enough to hold what feels heavy. As you rest, picture His light filling the spaces within you that feel tired or uncertain, bringing warmth where there has been strain and clarity where there has been confusion. This stillness is a gift, a sacred pause where your weary heart can breathe again and remember that you are deeply loved. here in God's calming presence. Allow yourself to rest in the assurance that you are fully seen and deeply loved. Let the quiet around you soften the thoughts that have been pressing heavily on your mind. With each slow breath, imagine God's peace flowing through you like a gentle stream, washing away the strain of the day. You don't need to rush or force anything in this moment. Simply allow your heart to open to the comfort He offers. Picture His steady hands holding the pieces of your life with care, reminding you that nothing you face is beyond His strength. As you breathe, feel the tension in your shoulders ease and the weight in your chest lighten. God is meeting you here with tenderness, offering renewal for your weary spirit. Let this stillness remind you that His presence is your refuge, a place where you can always return to find rest. With each slow breath, allow your heart to open a little more to the comfort God is offering you in this moment. Let the rhythm of your breathing remind you that you are safe, supported, and gently held by His unwavering presence. As you inhale, imagine drawing in His strength. As you exhale, release the heaviness that has lingered in your spirit. You don't have to rush this process. Healing often comes quietly, like dawn breaking softly over the horizon. Picture God's light touching the places within you that feel worn or uncertain, bringing warmth where there has been strain and clarity where there has been confusion. In this sacred stillness, trust that God is renewing you from the inside out. He sees every burden you've carried and meets you with compassion, reminding you that you are never walking this path alone. As peace rises within you, allow yourself to recognize how gently God is renewing your strength in this moment. Let the quiet around you soften the thoughts that have been pulling at your attention. With every slow breath, imagine His presence settling deeper into the places where you felt stretched or worn. You don't need to force anything. Simply allow His calm to meet you where you are. Picture His light resting over your heart like a warm sunrise, easing the shadows of worry and bringing clarity to what once felt tangled. In this stillness, trust that God is restoring what has felt depleted, filling you with a quiet courage that doesn't depend on your own strength. As you rest here, let your spirit lean into the truth that His love is steady, patient, and always enough for the journey ahead. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, and allow God's presence to steady the places within you that still feel unsettled. As you breathe slowly, imagine His peace flowing through you like a gentle tide, lifting away the remnants of worry that cling to your thoughts. You don't need to have every answer or understand every step ahead. God is already walking with you, guiding you with a wisdom far greater than your own. Picture His light surrounding you, soft and warm, reminding you that you are never forgotten or overlooked. In this moment, let your spirit lean into His strength, trusting that He is renewing what has felt worn and restoring what has felt fragile. As you rest here, feel the quiet assurance that God is preparing your heart for the next part of your journey, filling you with calm, courage, and a deep sense of His unwavering love. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me today. My prayer is that you leave this moment feeling renewed, strengthened, and gently held by the love of God. If this meditation brought peace to your heart, consider sharing it with someone who may need a reminder of His presence. Your simple act of kindness helps our ministry reach those searching for hope, comfort, and healing. We are grateful to have you as part of this community of faith. Feel free to share a prayer request, a testimony, or even a simple amen in the comments. We read and pray over everyone. As you step back into your day, remember that God walks with you, steady and unwavering. May His peace surround you and His strength uplift you. I look forward to meeting you again in our next meditation or in one of our longer stillness sessions. Until then, remain still in His love and strong in His grace. The world asks for your energy, but God asks only for your heart. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. As you settle into this stillness, let the noise of the day begin to fade into the background. You are not here by accident. You are here because your soul needs to be reminded of a strength that does not come from your own effort. In this sacred space, there is no pressure to perform and no list of tasks to complete. There is only the steady rhythm of your breath and the unwavering presence of the Creator who knit you together. Take another deep breath, filling your lungs with the air of life, and as you exhale, imagine releasing the tension in your neck, your hands, and your mind. You are safe here. You are loved here. And in this moment of quiet surrender, you are beginning to open the door to a renewal that will carry you through every storm. We often carry burdens that were never meant for our shoulders. Life has a way of stacking worries upon us, concerns about the future, regrets from the past, and the simple exhaustion of trying to keep everything held together. But listen to the gentle whisper of the Spirit. You were never meant to carry it all alone. In the stillness, we recognize how tired we truly are. It is okay to admit that you are weary. It is okay to acknowledge that your strength has worn thin. God is not disappointed by your weakness. He is moved by it. He sees the miles you have walked and the mountains you have climbed. He knows the weight of the silence you have kept. As you continue to breathe slowly, visualize yourself laying those heavy packs down at the feet of Jesus. You don't have to explain them. He already knows. Just let them go. Feel the lightness that comes when you stop trying to be the source of your own power and start leaning into Him. To wait on the Lord is not to sit in passive silence. It is an act of holy expectation. It is the quiet confidence that even when we cannot see the path, the Shepherd is leading us. Isaiah tells us that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. This waiting is like a seed beneath the soil. It looks like nothing is happening, but deep within, life is being restored. Your stillness right now is your strength. You are nourishing your roots in the river of His grace. Think of the patience of the dawn. It does not rush the sun, yet the light always arrives exactly when it is needed. Your renewal is coming. Your peace is being rebuilt piece by piece in these quiet minutes. Do not feel the need to rush this process. Simply exist in His presence. Allow the truth of His word to wash over you like a cool stream. You are waiting, yes, but you are waiting in the arms of the One who holds the entire universe in place. The strength God gives is not a temporary burst of energy. It is a deep, abiding resilience. It is the kind of strength that remains when the world is chaotic. When we wait on Him, He trades our frailty for His fortitude. Imagine a weary traveler finding an oasis in the desert. As you breathe in, imagine you are drinking from that spiritual well. This is the promise for you today. Your strength will be renewed, not by your might, but by His Spirit. This new strength is quiet, steady, and kind. It helps you speak with grace when you are frustrated. It helps you keep going when you feel like stopping. It is a gift that is being poured into you right now, filling the empty spaces where stress used to live. Feel that strength settling into your bones. It is a sturdy foundation that cannot be shaken. You are being replenished. You are being fortified from the inside out. God's promises are not maybe. They are yes and amen for those who trust in Him. There is a perspective that only comes from rising above the storm. The eagle does not flap its wings in exhaustion to stay aloft. It spreads them wide and allows the thermal currents to lift it higher. This is how God invites you to live. When you trust in Him, you begin to soar on wings like eagles. From this height, the problems that seemed so large on the ground begin to look small. You can see the horizon. You can see the beauty of the landscape God has prepared for you. In this meditation, allow your spirit to lift. Imagine leaving the valley of worry and rising into the clear, bright air of God's sovereignty. You are being carried by a power much greater than yourself. You are soaring not because you are strong, but because He is lifting you. Experience the freedom of the heights. Feel the wind of the Spirit beneath you, supporting you, guiding you, and showing you that there is a way over every obstacle in your life. Life often feels like a marathon that never ends, leaving us breathless and drained. But there is a divine rhythm available to you, a way to run the race without losing your soul. When God renews your strength, He gives you the endurance to stay the course. You will run and not grow weary. This doesn't mean the path will always be easy, but it means your inner tank will never run dry. Think of a long-distance runner who finds their second wind. That wind is the Holy Spirit. He provides the breath you need for the next step. As you relax further into this moment, ask God to align your pace with His. When we run ahead of Him, we get tired. When we lag behind, we get discouraged. But when we run with Him, there is a supernatural flow. You can handle what is coming because He is the wind at your back. You can face the challenges of tomorrow because your endurance is anchored in His eternal nature. You're moving forward with a grace that defies fatigue. Sometimes the greatest victory isn't soaring or running. It is simply the ability to keep walking. There are seasons where life feels like a slow, uphill climb. In those times the promise stands, you shall walk and not faint. God is the God of the steady step. He is with you in the mundane moments, the quiet chores and the long afternoons. He provides the daily bread of strength that gets you through the next hour. If you feel faint today, let His hand take yours. He is the God who sustains the weary. He does not ask you to leap over the mountain. He only asks you to take the next step with Him. Reflect on the times He has carried you before. He did not fail you then, and He will not fail you now. His presence is a staff you can lean on. As you breathe, feel your resolve being strengthened. You have the power to endure. You have the power to persevere. You are walking in the light, and that light will never leave you stumbling in the dark. Stillness is the language of God's presence. In the silence, the heart hears what the ears cannot. As we near the end of this journey, notice the peace that has settled over you. This is not a peace the world gives. It is a peace that comes from being hidden in Christ. Like a child resting against a parent, you are safe. Your mind is quieting because it has found its true home. The storms may still be swirling outside, but the inner sanctuary is calm. This stillness is where you are restored. This is where your hope is rebuilt. Take a moment to simply be with God. No words are necessary. Your heart is communicating with His. In this deep connection, you are receiving exactly what you need for this day: healing for your wounds, clarity for your confusion, and rest for your tired soul. Drink deeply of this silence. Let it soak into every fiber of your being. You are surrounded by the Alpha and the Omega, the one who was and is to come. As we prepare to transition back into the world, carry this stillness with you like a precious treasure. You are not the same person who began this meditation. You have been refreshed at the source of all life. Your wings are ready to soar, your feet are ready to run, and your heart is ready to walk in grace. When the noise of life returns, remember that you have a secret place you can return to at any time. The strength you have received here is yours to keep. It is a shield around your mind and a fire in your spirit. Breathe in one last time, deeply and fully, anchoring this feeling of renewal in your memory. You are stepping back into your day with a clear mind and a hopeful heart. You are a vessel of His peace, ready to share that light with everyone you meet. God is going before you. He is standing beside you, and He is watching over your every step. You are never alone, for His presence is the constant companion of your soul, now and forevermore. Thank you for spending this quiet time with me today. My prayer is that you leave this moment feeling truly renewed and held by the hand of God. If this meditation brought you peace, please consider sharing this video with a friend or a loved one. It is a simple way to help our ministry reach others who are searching for God's light and strength. We are so grateful to have you as part of our community of faith. Please share your heart with us in the comments, leave a prayer request, a testimony, or a simple amen. We read and pray over every single one. As you go about your day, remember that you are soaring on wings like eagles, supported by a love that never grows weary. May the Lord bless you and keep you. I look forward to seeing you in our next meditation, or in one of our full-hour stillness sessions. Until then, stay still in His love and strong in His grace. When your mind feels heavy and crowded, God gently clears the fog and restores calm. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. As you settle into this space, imagine the weight of your thoughts slowly loosening their grip. like mist lifting from a still morning lake. You don't have to force anything or make your mind behave. Simply allow God's presence to meet you right where you are. Let each breath remind you that clarity doesn't come from striving, but from resting in the one who understands every hidden worry. Feel his gentle nearness, softening the noise within, easing the pressure you've carried, and creating room for peace to rise. In this moment, trust that God is already bringing light into the places that feel tangled and unclear. As this moment unfolds, allow your thoughts to slow just enough for you to notice God's gentle nearness. You don't have to sort everything out or make sense of the noise inside your mind. Instead, picture God placing his hand over the swirl of thoughts, calming them the way a soft breeze settles ripples on a quiet lake. Let your breath deepen as you release the pressure to think your way through every burden. God is not asking you to solve anything in this moment. He is inviting you to rest in his clarity. Feel the weight you've been carrying begin to ease, not because the circumstances have changed, but because you are no longer holding them alone. With each slow inhale, imagine his peace filling the spaces where tension once lived. With each exhale, let go of the heaviness that has followed you. Trust that God is already bringing light into the places that feel tangled and uncertain. Feel the quiet deepen around you, and let this stillness become a gentle refuge for your mind. You don't need to chase clarity or force your thoughts into order. Simply allow God's presence to soften the edges of everything that feels overwhelming. Picture your thoughts settling like snowflakes drifting slowly to the ground, each one finding its place without effort. As you breathe, imagine God lifting the weight you've been carrying, easing the pressure that has pressed against your spirit. Let his calm wash over the tangled places within you, loosening knots you've tried so hard to untie on your own. In this moment, you are safe to release the worries that have followed you, knowing God understands every unspoken concern. Trust that he is already bringing light into the fog, guiding you gently toward clarity. Allow your mind to rest in the assurance that you don't walk through this heaviness alone. Let your heart grow still, and allow this quiet space to become a gentle shelter for your mind. You don't need to push away your thoughts or pretend they aren't heavy. Simply let them rest in God's presence without judgment or pressure. Picture him gathering each scattered worry with tenderness, holding them with the care of someone who understands every hidden weight. As you breathe, imagine his peace settling over you like a warm blanket, softening the tension you've carried for far too long. Let the noise inside you fade into the background, as God brings a steady calm to the places that feel tangled. You are not expected to be strong in this moment, only willing to rest. Trust that God is already clearing space within you, making room for clarity to rise gently. Allow his presence to quiet the storm of thoughts and guide you toward a deeper, steadier peace. In this gentle pause, allow your mind to rest without trying to control what rises or fades. Let this moment be a soft landing place where God meets you with understanding rather than expectation. Picture him sitting beside you, steady and patient, gathering the scattered pieces of your thoughts with quiet compassion. You don't need to organize anything or make sense of the heaviness you've been carrying. Simply breathe and let his presence hold what feels too tangled to manage alone. As you inhale, imagine his peace filling the spaces where tension has lived. As you exhale, release the pressure to figure everything out. Trust that God is already working in the background of your mind, bringing clarity to what feels confusing and light to what feels burdensome. Allow this stillness to remind you that you are not alone in your thoughts. God is gently guiding you toward calm. As you breathe a little deeper, allow your mind to soften its grip on the thoughts that keep circling. You don't need to chase them or push them away. Simply let them drift without attaching meaning or urgency. Imagine God placing a gentle light over your mind, illuminating the places that feel cluttered or confusing. His clarity doesn't rush in. It arrives slowly, like dawn spreading across a quiet valley. With each breath, feel the heaviness inside you loosen, making room for peace to settle where tension once lived. Let God hold the concerns you've carried alone, the ones you've tried to manage in silence. Trust that he sees every layer of your inner world and meets you with compassion, not pressure. As you rest here, allow his presence to steady your thoughts, guiding them into a calmer rhythm. In this stillness, know that God is already bringing order to what feels overwhelming. As your thoughts begin to settle, notice how God gently creates space within you, making room for clarity to rise. You don't have to force your mind into silence or try to control every wandering thought. Instead, imagine God smoothing the tangled places, like a calm hand brushing through a field of tall grass. Let each breath remind you that clarity is not something you achieve. It's something God brings as you rest in him. Feel the pressure inside your mind loosen, the way a tight knot slowly releases under steady, patient hands. Allow God to hold the concerns you've carried alone, the ones that have weighed heavily on your heart and mind. Trust that he understands every layer of your inner world and meets you with compassion, not expectation. In this stillness, let his presence guide your thoughts into a gentler rhythm, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and never alone. Let this moment remind you that God understands the weight your mind carries, even the thoughts you never speak aloud. You don't need to hide your heaviness or pretend you're fine. Simply allow yourself to rest in his gentle presence. Picture him lifting the fog that has settled over your thoughts, bringing a soft, steady light into the places that feel unclear. As you breathe, imagine his peace moving through your mind like a calm river, smoothing the rough edges of worry and easing the pressure you've held inside. Let each inhale draw in his comfort, and each exhale release the tension that has lingered for too long. Trust that God is already untangling what feels confusing, guiding your thoughts toward clarity with patience and compassion. In this quiet space, you are safe to let go, knowing he is holding every burden with unwavering care. As you rest in this stillness, allow your mind to soften even further, trusting that God is gently holding every thought that rises. You don't need to judge what appears or try to make sense of the heaviness you've carried. Instead, imagine God's presence surrounding your mind like a warm, steady light, easing the pressure that has lingered beneath the surface. Let each breath remind you that clarity grows slowly, like dawn spreading across a quiet horizon. Feel the tension inside you loosen as God brings calm to the places that feel tangled or uncertain. You are not expected to be strong or composed in this moment, only willing to rest. Trust that God understands every layer of your inner world and meets you with compassion, not expectation. As you breathe, allow his peace to settle deeper, guiding your thoughts into a gentler rhythm and reminding you that you are safe, supported, and never alone. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, his strength steady your spirit, and his love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you and may his presence stay close to your heart. Breathe deeply and let God's quiet peace settle gently over your spirit. As you take this first slow breath, feel the noise of the day begin to fade. Let your shoulders loosen and your mind soften as you step into a calm space where nothing is rushed and nothing is demanded of you. With each inhale, welcome the steady presence of God, and with each exhale, release the weight you have been carrying. Allow this moment to be simple and unhurried. Let the stillness rise around you like a soft morning light, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and held. This is your time to rest, to breathe, and to let peace find you again. Let your breath slow and settle as you step deeper into this quiet space. With each inhale, feel a soft calm rising within you, and with each exhale, let the tension of the day drift gently away. Picture a gentle light resting over your heart, steady and warm, reminding you that God is near in every moment of stillness. Allow your thoughts to loosen their grip and let your spirit rest without pressure or expectation. You do not need to solve anything or carry anything here. This is a place where peace meets you exactly as you are, without demand or judgment. Let the quiet wrap around you like a soft blanket, easing the weight you have held for too long. Stay here for a moment and let the calm deepen with every slow and steady breath you take. Let your breath guide you gently inward as you settle even deeper into this quiet space. With each inhale, feel a soft strength rising within you, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that try to pull you away from peace. Picture a calm river moving slowly through a quiet valley, its steady flow mirroring the rhythm of your breathing. Let that image remind you that God is present in every gentle moment, offering comfort without pressure and peace without demand. Allow your heart to rest in that truth, and let your mind loosen its grip on worry. You do not need to hurry or strive here. This is a place where stillness becomes a shelter, where your spirit can breathe freely and your soul can settle into a deeper calm. Stay here and let the quiet continue to grow within you. Let your breath move with a slow and steady rhythm as you settle even further into this quiet place. With each inhale, feel a gentle clarity rising within you, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that no longer need your attention. Picture a soft glow surrounding you like warm light at the edge of dawn, and let it remind you that God is present in every calm moment. Allow your heart to loosen its grip on worry, and let your mind rest without pressure or expectation. You do not need to rush or reach for anything here. This is a space where peace meets you with kindness, where your spirit can breathe freely and your soul can settle into a deeper stillness. Let the quiet wrap around you like a gentle covering, easing the weight you have carried. Stay here and let the calm deepen around you with every slow breath. Let your breath remain slow and steady as you settle into this deeper layer of quiet. With each inhale, feel a gentle warmth filling your chest, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that try to pull you away from peace. Picture a calm horizon stretching out before you, wide and open, and let that sense of space ease your mind and soften the weight you have been carrying. God is here in this stillness, offering comfort that asks nothing from you and meets you exactly where you are. Allow your heart to rest in that steady presence and let your mind loosen its grip on worry. You do not need to perform or prove anything in this moment. This is a place where peace rises slowly, where your spirit can breathe freely and your soul can settle into a deeper calm. Stay here and let the quiet wrap around you like a soft covering, steady and reassuring with every breath. Let your breath stay slow and gentle as you rest in this growing stillness. With each inhale, feel a quiet strength rising within you, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that try to pull you back into worry or distraction. Picture a soft light surrounding you like a warm glow at the end of day, steady and comforting, and let it remind you that God is near in every calm moment. Allow your heart to settle without pressure, and let your mind rest without needing answers or direction. You do not have to figure anything out here. This is a place where peace comes naturally, where your spirit can breathe freely and your soul can settle into a deeper calm. Let the quiet wrap around you like a gentle covering, easing the weight you have carried. Stay here for a moment and let the stillness deepen with every slow and steady breath you take. Let your breath remain slow and gentle as you rest in this deeper quiet. With each inhale, feel a soft peace rising within you, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that try to pull you back into tension or distraction. Picture a calm path stretching through a quiet forest, the air still and cool, and let that steady stillness guide your heart into a deeper calm. God is here in this peaceful moment, offering comfort that asks nothing from you and meets you exactly where you are. Allow your mind to settle without pressure and let your spirit rest without needing answers or direction. You do not need to strive or reach for anything here. This is a place where peace unfolds slowly, where your soul can breathe freely and your heart can loosen its grip on worry. Stay here for a moment and let the quiet continue to unfold around you with every slow and steady breath. Let your breath stay soft and steady as you rest in this deepening calm. With each inhale, feel a quiet reassurance rising within you, and with each exhale, release the thoughts that no longer serve your peace or clarity. Picture a gentle stillness settling over a wide open landscape, the air cool and unmoving, and let that image steady your heart. God is here in this moment, offering a peace that asks nothing from you and meets you with kindness and patience. Allow your mind to loosen its grip on worry and let your spirit rest without effort or expectation. You do not need to chase answers or hold yourself together here. This is a space where calm unfolds slowly, where your soul can breathe freely and your heart can settle into a deeper quiet. Stay here for a moment and let the stillness continue to expand within you with every slow and steady breath. Let your breath remain soft and steady as you rest in this deep, quiet space. With each inhale, feel a gentle peace rising within you, and with each exhale, release the last traces of tension that linger in your body or mind. Picture a calm evening sky slowly settling into stillness, the light fading into soft hues, and let that image soothe your heart and steady your thoughts. God is here in this quiet moment, offering a peace that meets you without pressure, without demand, and without expectation. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds moving across a silent horizon, unhurried and unburdened. You do not need to hold anything tightly here. This is a place where calm settles slowly, where your spirit can breathe freely and your soul can rest in gentle grace. Stay here for a moment and let the quiet settle even more deeply within you with every slow and steady breath. Let your breath remain slow and gentle as this time of quiet comes to a close. With each inhale, feel a soft peace settling deeper within you, and with each exhale, release the last traces of tension you have been carrying. Picture a warm, steady light resting over your heart, reminding you that God's presence goes with you beyond this moment and into every step of your day. You do not leave this stillness behind. You carry it with you as a quiet strength that steadies your thoughts and softens your burdens. Allow your mind to feel clear, your spirit refreshed, and your heart open to the calm you have received in this sacred space. Let gratitude rise softly within you for the peace that has touched your life and the gentle renewal you now hold. Take one more slow breath and rest in the truth that you are held, supported, and never alone, now and always. When your heart feels heavy, God meets you with peace that gently steadies your spirit. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the weight you've been carrying soften as you breathe in slowly, allowing God's presence to settle over you like a warm, steady light. You don't need to fix anything right now or sort through every thought. Simply let this moment be a place where your heart can rest. As you breathe, imagine God lifting the heaviness from your spirit, replacing it with calm assurance. Let His peace meet you right where you are, reminding you that you are not alone and that His strength is holding you gently. As this moment unfolds, allow your breathing to become slow and steady, letting each inhale draw in a sense of calm and each exhale release the heaviness you've been carrying. You don't need to rush this process or force your mind into silence. Simply notice how God meets you in the quiet, offering gentle reassurance with every breath. Let your thoughts drift without judgment, like clouds passing across a soft evening sky. As you rest here, imagine God placing His hand over your heart, easing the tension you've held inside. Feel His compassion surrounding you, reminding you that He understands every burden you've faced today. You are not expected to be strong on your own. In this space, allow God's peace to slowly fill the places where worry has settled, bringing clarity, comfort, and a steady sense of His presence. Feel the quiet deepen around you as you allow your breath to settle into a gentle, unhurried rhythm. With each inhale, imagine drawing in God's steadying presence, and with each exhale, release the tension that has gathered in your chest. You don't need to analyze your thoughts or push anything away. Simply notice how God meets you in this softness, offering comfort without demanding anything from you. Picture His peace flowing slowly through the places where heaviness has lingered, loosening the knots of worry and easing the weight you've carried alone. Let this moment become a sanctuary where your heart can breathe freely again. As you rest here, trust that God understands the unspoken concerns you've held inside. He sees the weariness, the questions, the quiet ache. Allow His compassion to surround you, reminding you that His presence is your refuge and His peace is already drawing near. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you continue to breathe slowly, letting each inhale draw in a sense of calm and each exhale release the heaviness that has lingered in your heart. You don't need to force anything or try to control the pace of this moment. Simply allow God's presence to meet you gently, like a soft light easing into the corners of your mind. As you rest here, imagine the weight you've been carrying loosening its grip, making space for clarity and peace to rise within you. Let your thoughts drift without pressure, knowing God understands every unspoken concern. Feel His compassion surrounding you, steadying your emotions and reminding you that you are held with care. In this quiet space, allow God to lift what has felt too heavy, replacing it with a calm assurance that you are not walking through this season alone. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to soften as you breathe slowly and let God's presence surround you with quiet reassurance. You don't need to sort through every emotion or understand every thought that rises. Simply let this moment be a place where you can rest without pressure. Imagine God's peace settling over your mind like a warm blanket, easing the tension that has gathered throughout the day. As you breathe, picture His light filling the spaces where heaviness has lingered, bringing comfort to the parts of you that feel worn or uncertain. Let your worries drift to the edges of your awareness, knowing God sees each one and holds them with care. Trust that He is working gently within you, steadying your spirit and reminding you that you are not alone. Allow His calm to rise slowly, giving your heart room to breathe again. Here in God's calming presence, allow your breath to guide you back into a place of quiet trust. Let each inhale draw in a sense of steadiness, and each exhale release the strain you've been carrying in your heart. You don't need to rush towards solutions or clarity. Simply rest in this moment, knowing God understands the weight you've been holding. Picture His peace settling gently over your thoughts, softening the edges of worry and easing the tension that has lingered throughout the day. As you breathe, imagine His light filling the spaces where heaviness has taken root, bringing warmth and reassurance to your spirit. Let this time become a refuge where you can lay down every burden without fear or pressure. Trust that God is working quietly within you, restoring what feels worn and strengthening what has grown tired. Allow His presence to steady your heart with renewed hope. With each slow breath, allow your heart to ease into a deeper sense of calm, trusting that God is meeting you right here in this quiet space. You don't need to push away your thoughts or pretend you're not carrying burdens. Simply breathe and let God's presence settle gently over your mind. Imagine His peace flowing through the places where tension has gathered, softening the heaviness that has weighed on your spirit. As you rest, picture His light filling the dim corners of your heart, bringing warmth to the worries you've held alone. Let this moment remind you that God understands every emotion you've carried today, even the ones you haven't spoken aloud. Allow His compassion to wrap around you like a steady embrace, reassuring you that you don't have to navigate this season by your own strength. Trust that His peace is rising slowly within you, bringing clarity and quiet renewal. As peace rises within you, allow your thoughts to slow, giving your heart room to breathe in God's gentle presence. You don't need to chase clarity or force your mind into stillness. Simply let this moment unfold naturally, trusting that God is already working in the quiet places of your spirit. Imagine His calm moving through you like a soft stream, washing away the heaviness that has settled over your day. As you rest here, picture His light touching the areas of your heart that feel worn or uncertain. bringing warmth where worry once lived. Let this time remind you that God understands every emotion you've carried, even the ones you've struggled to name. Allow His compassion to steady your breathing and soften the tension in your chest. Trust that His peace is gently expanding within you, creating space for renewed strength and quiet hope to take root. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the stillness around you to soften the weight you've been carrying. You don't need to sort through every emotion or find perfect words for what you feel. Simply breathe and let God meet you in the quiet, offering comfort that rises gently within your spirit. Imagine His peace moving slowly through your thoughts, loosening the tightness that has gathered in your chest and easing the strain you've held alone. As you rest here, picture His presence surrounding you like a warm, steady light, reminding you that you are deeply understood and fully seen. Let this moment become a refuge where you can release the burdens you've tucked away throughout the day. Trust that God is working tenderly within you, restoring what feels worn and strengthening what has grown tired. Allow His calm to settle over your heart, bringing renewed hope and quiet reassurance. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. In the quiet places of your heart, God draws near to strengthen you. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let the noise of the day fall gently away as you settle into this sacred stillness. With each slow breath, feel your spirit loosening its grip on the worries you've been carrying. Allow your thoughts to soften, like leaves drifting to the ground, unhurried and unforced. You are stepping into a space where God meets you not with demands but with presence. Let this moment become a gentle doorway into His peace. As you breathe, imagine His calm surrounding you, steady and warm, reminding you that you are not alone. Here, in this stillness, God is already drawing close, ready to renew your strength and quiet your heart. Feel the quiet deepen around you. Let this stillness become a gentle shelter where your heart can finally breathe without pressure or expectation. As the noise within you softens, imagine God's presence drawing near like a warm light settling over your spirit. You don't have to force anything or try to be anything other than who you are in this moment. Simply allow yourself to be held. Let the weight you've been carrying loosen its grip as you rest in this sacred calm. God meets you not in your striving, but in your surrender. With each slow breath, picture His peace filling the spaces where worry once lived. Feel His nearness steadying your thoughts, reminding you that you are seen, known, and deeply loved. In this quiet, God is not distant. He is here, surrounding you with a peace that asks nothing of you except to receive it. Notice how your spirit begins to settle. Let this settling become a gentle reminder that you don't have to rush toward God. He is already drawing near to you. As your breathing slows, imagine His presence resting over you like a soft blanket of peace, calming the places inside you that feel tense or uncertain. You don't need perfect words or perfect faith in this moment. Simply allow yourself to be open. Let the quiet become a doorway where God steps close, not with judgment, but with compassion. Feel His nearness soothing the thoughts that have been running too fast, easing the worries that have been weighing on your heart. In this stillness, God meets you with patience, understanding, and a love that does not waver. Allow His peace to settle deeper, filling the spaces where fear once lived, reminding you that you are safe in His presence. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to recognize how deeply God cares for you. Let this moment become a quiet reminder that you don't have to hold everything together on your own. As your breathing softens, imagine God's presence settling over you like a warm, steady light, calming the places inside you that feel overwhelmed or uncertain. You are not here to perform or prove anything. You are here to rest. Let the worries you've been carrying slowly loosen their grip, slipping from your shoulders as God meets you with compassion. Feel His peace filling the spaces where tension once lived, soothing the thoughts that have been running too fast. In this stillness, God is not distant or silent. He is near, speaking to your spirit in ways that don't require words. Allow His presence to steady you, reminding you that you are held, supported, and deeply loved. Here in God's calming presence, allow your heart to release the tension it has been quietly holding. Let this moment become a gentle reminder that you don't have to navigate everything alone. As you breathe slowly, imagine God's peace settling over you like a soft, steady light, easing the weight you've carried through the day. You don't need to rush or force anything. Simply rest in the assurance that God meets you right where you are. Feel His nearness soothing the thoughts that have been swirling, bringing clarity to the places that felt confused or overwhelmed. Let His presence wrap around you like a warm embrace, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and deeply loved. In this stillness, God is not distant. He is close, whispering peace into the corners of your heart that need it most, renewing your strength with every quiet breath you take. With each slow breath, allow your heart to open a little more to God's gentle presence. Let this moment remind you that you don't have to rush healing or clarity. God meets you right where you are, in the pace your spirit can handle. As you breathe, imagine His peace flowing through the places inside you that feel tired or stretched thin. Let His calm soften the edges of your thoughts, easing the tension you've been carrying without even realizing it. You don't need to fix everything in this moment. Simply rest and receive. Feel God's nearness settling over you like a warm, steady light, reminding you that you are not forgotten or overlooked. In this stillness, He is tending to the quiet needs of your heart, strengthening you from within. Allow His presence to fill you with a peace that steadies your spirit and renews your strength. As peace rises within you, allow yourself to notice how gently God meets you in the places you often keep hidden. There is no pressure here, no expectation to be stronger than you feel. Simply let this moment become a soft landing for your spirit. As you breathe slowly, imagine God's presence moving through the tired corners of your heart, bringing light to the places that feel dim or uncertain. Let His peace wash over the thoughts that have been weighing you down, easing the tension you've carried quietly. You don't have to figure everything out right now. You don't have to hold every burden alone. In this stillness, God is tending to you with a love that is patient, steady, and unwavering. Allow His presence to fill you with a calm that reaches deeper than your worries, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and never forgotten. Let your heart rest in this quiet space. Allow the stillness to become a gentle refuge where God meets you with tenderness and understanding. You don't have to sort through every thought or solve every worry right now. Simply let this moment be a soft pause, a place where your spirit can breathe without pressure. As you inhale slowly, imagine God's presence settling over you like a warm, steady blanket of peace, easing the tension you've carried through the day. Let His calm reach into the deeper places of your heart, the ones that rarely get a chance to rest. Feel His nearness soothing the thoughts that have been running too fast, quieting the fears that whisper in the background. In this stillness, God is gently restoring you, reminding you that you are held, supported, and never alone. Allow His peace to fill you, renewing your strength from the inside out. Sense the calm gathering around you. Let it remind you that God's presence is not something you have to chase or earn. It comes gently, meeting you in the quiet places where your heart finally has room to breathe. As you rest here, imagine His peace settling into the deeper layers of your spirit, softening the tension you've carried and easing the thoughts that have been pressing too hard. You don't need to be strong in this moment. You don't need to have answers. Simply allow yourself to be held by the one who understands every unspoken worry. Feel his nearness steadying your breath, grounding your heart, and reminding you that you are never alone. In this stillness, God is tending to you with a love that is patient, unwavering, and deeply personal. Let his presence renew you from within, filling you with a quiet strength that rises gently and faithfully. Feel the quiet deepen around you once more. Let this final moment become a gentle reminder that God's presence is not limited to this meditation. The peace you feel here is not temporary or fragile. It is a reflection of the steady love God carries for you every day. As you breathe slowly, imagine his calm settling into the deeper places of your heart, becoming an anchor you can return to whenever life feels heavy. Let his presence wrap around you like a warm, steady light, reminding you that you are never walking alone. The strength rising within you is not your own effort, it is God renewing you from the inside out. As this time of stillness comes to a close, carry this peace with you. Let it guide your thoughts, steady your emotions, and remind you that God meets you in every quiet moment, ready to strengthen, comfort, and lead you forward. When your strength feels gone and your heart is tired, God steps in with renewing peace. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Allow the weight you've been carrying to slowly loosen its grip as you settle into this space of calm. You don't need to force anything or pretend you're not weary. Simply let this moment be a gentle pause where God meets you with compassion. Feel your breath deepen as his presence surrounds the tired places within you, offering rest where you've felt stretched thin. God understands the exhaustion beneath your responsibilities, the quiet ache that lingers even when you keep moving. As you breathe, imagine his strength rising softly within you, renewing what has felt depleted and steadying your spirit with his peace. As this moment unfolds, allow the weight you've been carrying to gently loosen its hold. You don't need to rush toward clarity or strength. Simply let this space become a quiet refuge where God meets you with understanding. Feel your breath deepen as his presence settles over the tired places within you, softening the tension that has lingered beneath the surface. God sees the exhaustion you rarely speak about, the quiet strain that builds when life feels heavier than your spirit can manage alone. In this stillness, imagine his peace flowing through your thoughts, easing the pressure to hold everything together. Let your shoulders relax as his compassion surrounds you, reminding you that you are not expected to navigate your weariness in your own strength. Trust that God is renewing what has felt depleted, restoring balance where you felt unsteady, and gently lifting your spirit with his steady calm. Feel the quiet deepen around you as you allow your spirit to release the strain it has carried for far too long. You don't need to sort through every thought or understand every feeling in this moment. Simply let this gentle stillness become a place where God meets you with steady compassion. Notice how your breath begins to soften the tension within you, easing the heaviness that has settled in your heart. God sees the weariness you've been pushing through, the quiet battles you've fought without recognition, and the strength it has taken just to keep going. In this peaceful space, imagine his presence wrapping around you like a warm, steady light, lifting the weight you've held alone. Allow his calm to settle into the places that feel frayed or overwhelmed, reminding you that you are supported, understood, and never left to navigate your exhaustion without his renewing grace. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you release the pressure to stay strong on your own. You don't have to push past your limits or pretend the heaviness isn't there. Let this moment become a gentle pause where God meets you with steady compassion. Feel your breath deepen as his presence softens the tension you've been carrying, easing the quiet strain that has lingered beneath your responsibilities. God understands the exhaustion that builds when life feels heavier than your heart can manage alone. In this stillness, imagine his peace flowing through the worn places within you, lifting the weight you've held without recognition. Allow his calm to steady your thoughts and soothe the fatigue that has settled deep inside. Trust that God is renewing what has felt depleted, restoring balance where you felt unsteady, and surrounding you with a quiet strength that holds you gently. In this gentle stillness, let your breath become a soft reminder that you are safe to pause. You don't need to sort through every worry or push yourself towards strength you don't yet feel. Allow this moment to open like a quiet doorway where God meets you with patience rather than pressure. Feel the slow rise and fall of your breathing steady the thoughts that have been pulling you in too many directions. God sees the weight you've carried, the questions you've tucked away, and the fatigue that settles in when life asks more than your heart can offer. As you rest here, imagine His presence like a warm light gathering around the edges of your weariness, softening what has felt rigid inside you. Let that light settle gently, not demanding anything from you, simply offering room to breathe. And as this calm deepens, allow yourself to receive the quiet reassurance that you are held with tenderness. Here in God's calming presence, let the noise inside you begin to soften. You don't have to chase answers or steady yourself by sheer effort. Allow this moment to become a quiet shelter where God meets you without expectation. Feel your breath slow as His nearness settles over the places that feel stretched thin, easing the pressure you've carried in silence. God knows the long days, the hidden strain, and the weight that has gathered behind your ribs. As you rest here, imagine His peace like a gentle stream moving through the clutter of your thoughts, clearing space where everything has felt crowded. Let that flow wash over the tightness within you, not demanding change, simply offering relief. And as the calm deepens, allow your heart to lean into the simple truth that you can pause here without fear. This is a place where you are allowed to breathe and be restored. With each slow breath, let the tightness inside you begin to ease. You don't have to rush towards strength or clarity. Simply allow this moment to unfold at a pace your heart can handle. Let your breathing become a gentle rhythm that steadies the thoughts pulling you in different directions. God sees the quiet fatigue beneath your responsibilities, the strain you've carried without wanting to burden anyone else. As you rest here, imagine His presence like a soft horizon opening before you, giving your spirit room to stretch and breathe again. Feel that spaciousness settle around the places that have felt crowded or overwhelmed. You don't need to fix anything right now. Just let the calm widen within you. And as the stillness deepens, allow your heart to settle into a grounded sense of being held, not by effort, but by the quiet assurance that you can rest without losing your way. As peace rises within you, let it move gently through the places that have felt unsettled. You don't need to hold yourself together or force your heart into calmness. Allow this moment to unfold like a soft breath after a long stretch of strain. Feel the quiet warmth of God's presence easing the tension that has gathered beneath your thoughts, loosening the tightness you've carried without pause. God knows the inner weight you rarely name, the fatigue that settles in when you've been strong for too long. As you rest here, imagine His peace like a soft blanket settling over your spirit, offering warmth without pressure. Let that covering soothe the edges of your weariness, giving your heart room to breathe again. And as the stillness deepens, allow yourself to rest in the gentle truth that you don't have to rise quickly. This is a moment where your soul is allowed to simply be. Let your heart rest in this quiet space as you release the urge to keep pushing through. You don't need to sort every emotion or make sense of every burden right now. Allow this moment to become a gentle pause where God meets you with understanding rather than expectation. Feel the soft hush of stillness settling around your thoughts, easing the inner pressure that has been building unnoticed. God knows the long stretches where you've carried more than you could name, the silent weight that gathers when you've been strong for too long. As you breathe here, imagine His presence like a calm shelter rising around you, offering protection without demanding anything in return. Let that shelter give your spirit room to loosen, to breathe, to simply exist without strain. And as the quiet deepens, allow yourself to rest in the steady assurance that you are safe to let go for a moment. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you, and may His presence stay close to your heart. In the quiet places, God restores your strength, renews your peace, and lights your path forward. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Feel the quiet deepen around you. Let this deepening stillness become a gentle doorway into His calming presence. As your breath slows, imagine God's light rising softly within you, steady and reassuring. Release the tension you've been holding, the thoughts that keep circling, the weight you've carried alone. God sees every strain and meets you here with compassion that does not rush or demand. Let His peace settle into the tired corners of your heart, softening what feels tight and renewing what feels worn. With each breath, receive the quiet confidence that He is guiding you, strengthening you, and holding you in a love that never wavers. Trust that in this very moment, He is providing exactly what your soul needs to rest. Notice how your spirit begins to settle. Let this gentle settling remind you that you don't have to rush, strive, or hold everything together in this moment. As the noise within you softens, sense God's presence drawing near like a warm, steady light resting over your heart. You're not expected to fix anything or figure everything out right now. Simply allow yourself to breathe and be held. Let the weight you've been carrying loosen its grip as you rest in this sacred calm. God meets you not in your effort but in your openness. With each slow breath, become aware of His peace filling the places where worry once lived. Feel His nearness steadying your thoughts, reminding you that you are seen, known, and deeply loved. In this quiet, God is not distant. He is here, surrounding you with a peace that asks nothing of you except to receive it. Allow this stillness to sink deep into your bones, anchoring you in the truth that you are safe and fully supported by Him. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to soften as you become aware of God's quiet nearness. There is no pressure here, no expectation, no need to perform or prove anything. Simply let yourself be present. Observe His peace settling over you like a warm blanket, easing the strain you've carried through the day. Let the thoughts that tug at your attention drift to the edges, knowing God holds what you cannot. Feel His compassion meeting you in the places that feel tired or uncertain. With each slow breath, visualize His light filling the spaces within you that have felt dim or overwhelmed. Let His presence steady your spirit, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and deeply loved. In this gentle quiet, God restores what has been stretched thin and strengthens what has felt fragile. Rest here, knowing He is working in ways you cannot see but can fully trust. He is the architect of your peace, building a foundation of strength that will remain long after. Here, in God's calming presence, allow your heart to release the tension it has been quietly holding. You don't need to force anything or pretend to be stronger than you feel. Simply let yourself rest in the assurance that God is near, steady, and attentive to every unspoken need. Feel His peace settling over you like a soft, warm light, easing the tightness in your chest and the weight in your thoughts. Let the worries that cling to you loosen their grip as you breathe slowly and deeply. God understands the places where you feel stretched thin, and He meets you with compassion that restores rather than demands. With each breath, let His presence ground you, reminding you that you are safe in His care. Allow this quiet moment to become a sanctuary where your spirit can breathe freely, knowing He is holding what you cannot carry alone. You are invited to simply exist in His love, where every burden is shared and every shadow is chased away by His golden eternal light. With each slow breath, allow your heart to release the weight it has been quietly carrying. Let the steady rhythm of your breathing remind you that you are safe in God's presence, held by a peace that does not waver. As your chest rises and falls, notice His light moving gently through you, softening the places that feel tense or overwhelmed. You don't need to rush toward clarity or force yourself into calm. Simply let the stillness unfold at its own pace. God meets you here with patience, understanding every layer of your weariness. With each breath, sense His peace filling the spaces where worry once lived, easing the thoughts that feel tangled or heavy. Feel His nearness grounding you, reminding you that you are not alone in what you face. In this quiet moment, let His presence renew your strength and steady your spirit from the inside out. You are being rebuilt in the silence, becoming more resilient and more aware of the divine grace that carries you. As peace rises within you, allow it to move gently through the places that have felt unsettled or strained. Let this quiet peace remind you that God is working in ways you may not see, but can still trust. Experience His presence flowing through your thoughts like a soft, steady current, clearing the fog and easing the tension that has lingered beneath the surface. You don't need to rush toward clarity. Simply receive the perspective He is offering in this moment. God understands every burden you carry, and He meets you with compassion that restores rather than demands. With each breath, feel His peace expanding, giving you fresh eyes to see the path ahead. Allow this rising calm to steady your spirit, reminding you that you are held, supported, and never alone in His care. As the noise of the world fades, the melody of His grace becomes clearer, guiding your steps toward a future filled with hope. You are being led by a hand that knows the way perfectly. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, and allow the weight you've been carrying to gently loosen its hold. You don't need to solve anything or push yourself toward clarity. Simply breathe and let this stillness wrap around you like a soft, steady embrace. Perceive God's presence settling over your spirit, calming the thoughts that feel scattered or loud. Let the tension in your chest ease as you release the worries that have followed you through the day. God meets you here with tenderness, understanding every hidden ache and every unspoken hope. With each slow breath, watch as His peace fills the places within you that feel worn or uncertain. Feel His nearness grounding you, reminding you that you are safe in His care. In this quiet space, allow His love to steady your heart, renew your strength, and remind you that you are never alone. He is your fortress and your shield, a constant source of quiet power that is being poured into your soul right now. Sense the calm gathering around you, and let it remind you that God is gently drawing you into a place of rest. You don't need to push away your thoughts or force yourself into stillness. Simply allow this quiet to unfold at its own pace. Feel the horizon of your mind begin to clear as you breathe slowly and deeply. Let the worries that cling to your heart drift to the edges. God understands every burden you've carried, even the ones you haven't spoken aloud. With each breath, feel His peace making space for new hope to grow where uncertainty once lived. Allow His nearness to steady your spirit, grounding you in a love that does not waver. In this gathering calm, trust that He is renewing your strength, brightening your vision for what is to come, and holding you with a tenderness that meets you exactly where you are. There is no need to look back at the shadows. Keep your heart fixed on the rising light of His presence, which is guiding you forward. Feel the quiet deepen around you, and let this growing stillness become a soft reminder that God is gently drawing you into a place of rest. You don't need to push away your thoughts or force yourself into calm. Simply allow this moment to unfold with ease. Witness His presence settling over you like a warm, steady blanket, easing the tension that lingers in your mind and body. Let the worries that cling to your heart drift slowly outward as you breathe deeply and steadily. God understands every burden you've carried, even the ones you've kept tucked away. With each breath, feel His peace filling the spaces where strain once lived, softening what feels tight and renewing what feels worn. Allow His nearness to steady your spirit, grounding you in a love that holds you without condition. in this deepening quiet, trust that He is restoring your strength from the inside out. You are coming alive in this silence, shedding the old layers to make room for His joy. Sense the calm gathering around you and let it settle into the deepest parts of your spirit. This quiet is not empty, it is filled with God's steady presence, gently restoring what has been worn and strengthening what has felt fragile. Allow the stillness to wrap around you like a soft embrace, easing the last traces of tension from your mind and body. You don't need to reach for anything or try to hold on to this moment. Simply breathe and receive. Experience His peace flowing through you like a slow, warm river, smoothing the rough edges of your thoughts and bringing clarity where there has been confusion. With each breath, feel His nearness grounding you, reminding you that you are safe, supported, and deeply loved. As this calm gathers within you, trust that God goes with you, carrying what you cannot, and guiding you with a gentle, unwavering hand. You are walking forward now in His light, refreshed and renewed, ready to face the day with a steady heart. When your spirit feels drained, God meets you with quiet renewal, steady comfort, and restoring peace. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and breathe deeply as you connect with God in this quiet moment. Let your breath slow as you settle into this space, allowing the weight you've been carrying to loosen its grip. You don't have to force anything or pretend you're stronger than you feel. God already sees the exhaustion beneath your thoughts, the heaviness tucked behind your quiet moments, and the longing for rest you rarely speak aloud. With each gentle inhale, imagine God drawing near, not with pressure or demands, but with a calm presence that steadies your spirit. As you exhale, release the strain of trying to hold everything together on your own. Here, in this sacred stillness, God begins the quiet work of renewal. As this moment unfolds, allow your breath to guide you gently toward a quieter place within. You've been carrying more than you admit, pushing through days that feel heavier than they should, trying to stay steady even when your spirit feels worn thin. But here, in this soft stillness, you don't have to hold everything upright. Let the tension in your chest loosen as you breathe slowly, inviting God into the spaces you've kept guarded. With each inhale, imagine His presence filling the places where exhaustion has settled. With each exhale, release the pressure of expectations you were never meant to carry alone. God is not asking you to be unbreakable. He is inviting you to rest in His strength. Feel the quiet assurance that you are seen, known, and gently supported. In this unfolding moment, let God begin restoring what has felt drained within you. Feel the quiet deepen around you, letting your breath soften the edges of your thoughts. You've spent so much time trying to stay strong, trying to push through the heaviness without letting anyone see how tired you truly are. But here, in this gentle space, you can finally let the weight slip from your shoulders. Allow the stillness to wrap around you like a warm blanket, reminding you that God is not distant or demanding. He is near, patient, and tender with your weary spirit. As you inhale, imagine His calm filling the places where discouragement has settled. As you exhale, release the pressure to have everything figured out. God understands the quiet battles you face, the moments when your strength feels thin, and the longing for peace that sits beneath your daily tasks. Let this deepening quiet remind you that you don't have to carry your burdens alone. God is already here, renewing you breath by breath. Notice how your spirit begins to settle as you breathe slowly and allow the quiet to soften the tension within you. You've been moving through days that feel heavier than they appear on the surface, carrying responsibilities that stretch your strength and drain your inner reserves. But here, in this gentle pause, you can release the pressure to keep pushing. Let your breath become a reminder that God is not asking you to perform or prove anything. He simply invites you to rest in His nearness. With each inhale, picture His calm filling the weary corners of your heart. With each exhale, let go of the strain that has been clinging to your thoughts. God understands the fatigue that settles deep, the kind that doesn't show on your face, but weighs on your spirit. Allow this settling quiet to remind you that renewal doesn't come from striving. It comes from surrendering to the one who restores you with compassion and steady grace. In this gentle stillness, allow your heart to soften as you breathe slowly and let the quiet surround you. You've been moving through life with a strength others rarely see, holding yourself together even when your spirit feels worn thin. But here, in this moment, you don't have to be the strong one. Let the stillness remind you that God is not measuring your worth by your productivity or your ability to keep going. He is looking at your heart, your longing for rest, your desire for clarity, and your need for renewal. With each inhale, imagine His presence filling the empty spaces within you. With each exhale, release the heaviness you've been carrying alone. God understands the quiet fatigue that settles deep, the kind that doesn't fade with sleep or distraction. Allow this gentle stillness to become a place where God restores what has felt drained, reminding you that His strength is made perfect in your weakness. Here, in God's calming presence, allow your breath to guide you toward a deeper sense of release. You've been carrying quiet burdens, thoughts you've tucked away, emotions you've pushed aside, responsibilities that have stretched your spirit thin. But in this moment, you don't have to hold any of it alone. Let the calm around you remind you that God is not distant or indifferent. He is near, attentive, and gentle with your weary heart. As you inhale, imagine His peace settling into the places where tension has lived for too long. As you exhale, let go of the pressure to stay strong for everyone else. God understands the fatigue that lingers beneath your daily efforts, the kind that doesn't fade with rest or distraction. Allow His presence to steady you, reminding you that renewal is not something you must earn. It is something He freely gives. In this calming space, let God begin restoring what has felt drained within you. With each slow breath, allow your heart to soften as you settle deeper into this moment of quiet. You've been carrying thoughts that feel tangled, emotions that feel heavy, and responsibilities that seem to stretch beyond your strength. But here, in this gentle pause, you can release the pressure to keep everything together. Let your breath remind you that God is not asking you to push harder. He is inviting you to rest in His steady presence. As you inhale, imagine His peace filling the places where worry has taken root. As you exhale, let go of the tension that has been clinging to your spirit. God understands the exhaustion that lingers beneath your calm exterior, the kind that doesn't fade with distraction or sleep. Allow this slow, steady breathing to become a rhythm of surrender, a quiet reminder that you are not alone. In this sacred stillness, God is renewing what has felt drained within you. As peace rises within you, allow this moment to soften the places where your spirit has felt worn and stretched thin. You've been moving through days that require more strength than you often admit, carrying responsibilities that weigh heavily on your heart. But here, in this quiet space, you can release the pressure to keep pushing. Let your breath become a gentle reminder that God is not asking you to be endlessly strong. He is inviting you to rest in His steady presence. As you inhale, imagine His peace filling the weary corners of your mind. As you exhale, let go of the tension that has lingered beneath your calm exterior. God understands the fatigue that settles deep, the kind that doesn't fade with distraction or sleep. Allow this rising peace to remind you that renewal is not something you must force. It is something God brings to you with compassion, patience, and unwavering love. Let your heart rest in this quiet space, allowing the stillness to reach the places within you that rarely find room to breathe. You've been carrying thoughts that feel tangled and emotions that sit heavier than you let on, trying to stay steady even when your spirit feels stretched thin. But here, in this gentle pause, you can release the weight you've been holding. Let your breath remind you that God is not asking you to push harder or pretend you're fine. He is inviting you to rest in His steady presence. As you inhale, imagine His calm filling the weary corners of your mind. As you exhale, let go of the tension that has lingered beneath your quiet strength. God understands the fatigue that settles deep, the kind that doesn't fade with distraction or sleep. Allow this quiet space to become a place where God restores what has felt drained, reminding you that His love meets you exactly where you are. As you rise from this moment of stillness, carry with you the peace God has begun within you. You don't have to hold every thought or solve every burden at once. God walks with you, guiding your steps with clarity and surrounding your heart with steady compassion. If this time of quiet helped you breathe a little easier or feel a little lighter, know that you're not alone. There is a whole community here walking this journey of faith, hope, and healing with you. May God's calm rest over your mind, His strength steady your spirit, and His love remind you that you are deeply held. Thank you for spending this moment with me. If this brought you peace, feel free to share your experience in the comments. Your words may bless someone else who needs encouragement today. Until we meet again, may God's gentle clarity guide you and may His presence stay close to your heart.
Thank you for spending this time in prayer. May God's peace go before you, His strength surround you, and His presence stay with you long after this moment ends. You are not alone. God is with you.